It's time to wake up with a nice cup of morning roast.
Oh, yeah.
Featuring Bonte Hill and Joe Shesky.
Well, I'm about that action, boss.
Take him out! This is the morning roast on 95.7 The Game.
Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby. A payday Friday / Frisco Friday here on the morning roast on 95.7 The Game. And just had a Warriors game. It was pretty cool to hear Tim Roy on the way into work on the airways live from Japan as the Warriors play their first preseason game against the Wizards. They win 91-86. James Wiseman, 20 points, 9 rebounds. That's going to gaslight this fan base, of course. We're big Wiseman fans. We think he could be a big factor this season as the Warriors defend their NBA championship, their 4th in 8 years. And good morning to everybody out there. Get off their graveyard shifts. If you're at work, what is happening? Good morning to you. If you're getting ready for work, if you're on the roadways already, happy Friday, everybody out there. As we have a Niners game on Monday. We had the Warriors just now. It was just good to have some dubs back in our life because I'm not going to lie, Shasky. We'll get into the Niners and Rams, and we'll talk a lot about the Warriors today. When I think about the Warriors, I get happy. I smile from ear to ear. When I think about the 49ers, I get excited about the defense, and then I think about the quarterback, and I think about the excitement that we have for Trey Lance, and I think about who's throwing the balls and who's throwing all the passes and who's running the offense. I get a little depressed. Because we're here again with Jimmy Garoppolo.
I thought you were going to go, we're here, they're there, and you're going to give me the Jonathan from San Francisco call. First off, you brought up James Wiseman, and I understand
we're here, and they're there.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Jonathan. Shout out everybody that wanted James Wiseman traded, huh? Shout out you guys, the impatient souls. Shout you guys out. Yeah, all you 95.7 The Game hosts, you know who I'm talking about. Shout out all those people that wanted Miles Turner. Mediocre Miles Turner. Shout you guys out. Couldn't be patient, had no faith in the young man. Shout out to you. God, I hope James Wiseman stunts on everyone this year. Like, I really do. We took a dump on this guy's chest as a fan base. Oh, my God. He's the reason
A segment of the fan
No,
base.
you're right. You're right. You know what? A small vocal segment. You're 100% correct.
It's not everybody.
I am so pulling for this kid to just have a monster year.
I think he will. I mean, and look, what does a monster year look like for James Wiseman? It's not 20 and 10.
No, he's not going to
18 and 11.
How many bigs do 20 and 10?
Well, just, contribute off the bench, spell Looney. This tandem between Looney and Wiseman has a chance to be really, really good. I think everybody knows about Loon now.
Twin Towers? Ralph Sampson?
Hey, man, look.
Hakeem Olajuwon? Before he changed to hockey?
Kevon Looney. There's no more slander when it comes to Kevon Looney. I think he's won everybody over. Playing every single game last year. Playing big time with the 22 rebounds against the Memphis Grizzlies. Like, there's no more questions about who Kevon Looney is. Defensively, offensively, know what you're going to get, which is a solid big and solid production. Now you add the potential of James Wiseman, who looked good rolling off that pick and roll. Oh, he's setting screens. He's slipping. He's going to the rim. He had a nice little poster on Kristaps Porzingis.
How about the spin move?
Now you add that to what Looney already brings. And you got two bigs here that can really help the Warriors out. He's rebounding. He's blocking shots. He's really thinking on that end. Look, it's a preseason game. We're not going to go crazy. It's against the Washington Wizards. But boy, the glimpse I saw of James Wiseman, that boy's been putting in work in the gym.
Again, good for him. Like, I'm really happy for the kid. He's had a really, wild road traveled in terms of trying to get to the NBA. Now they want to move it back to where I guess you're not one and done anymore.
Right.
They're going to you can jump straight from high school. Some people believe that's a LeBron thing for his son. But someone like James Wiseman is kind of stuck in the vortex of the tweener vortex of played a couple college games, gets in trouble before NIL, which is ridiculous. Now that we think about it, think about what he got in trouble for, and think about what's going on in NIL right now, and how there's 7 former USC quarterbacks starting on Saturdays, all making $500K plus. Okay, and then you look about what happened to him his rookie year, and obviously a lot of ups and downs. I mean, probably more downs than ups. But he was 20 years old, and then you look at him missing almost, I guess, essentially the whole year in terms of not playing with the big team on the actual court. And then for him to come back now, like, good for him, man. I'm so pulling for this kid.
Yeah, I'm pulling hard for him. And then Dante DiVincenzo making his debut for the Golden State Warriors. And Dubs fans are already feeling like, hey, Gary Payton II was really good for us. Boy, got a nice solid backup here with Dante, Double D, Dante DiVincenzo.
Double D out late?
Double D.
Ricky
Well,
D?
I don't know. He's too fit to be called Double D. When I think of Double D, I think of Baby D from next Friday.
Oh.
Who knew about all the Twinkies and
Look
the new
at
cookies
you.
coming out. Yeah, we're not going to go Double D there with Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah, I don't know why you did.
Yeah, I don't know why I did either. It just came out naturally. But I like this pickup.
Do you have a cue card of nicknames for the upcoming season?
No, I don't. I don't do that stuff. That's not me. I don't
Loon
do
Dog
nicknames.
hit that from Fremont.
Yeah, no, we just it comes out natural. So true story during the playoffs.
You're like Vin Scully.
True story during the finals, game 2. I ran into Looney's mom, Kevon Looney's mom.
Oh, yeah.
Moms and pops, and moms came up to me and said, "Bonte, I've been looking for you. I had a bone to pick with you last year."
Uh-oh.
But she goes, but then you started calling him Loon Dog. And I said, okay, he's all right. He's family. Took a selfie with me. She said, keep up the good work. We watch every pre- and post-game show. Keep it up. Loon Dog it is. And I was like,
Did you tell her about our YouTube channel?
I did not tell her about our YouTube channel. YouTube wasn't booming. YouTube wasn't booming yet. What? No, YouTube was up. I didn't tell her about it, though. I was like, whoa. I was in a doghouse in a Looney household. She was like, hey, you started calling him Loon Dog. So I'm not going to have a cue card or nicknames. It just comes out naturally, organically. Like Wiseman, I'm not feeling Big Wise or Big James or anything. Just call him Wiseman. Wiseman. Some guys are just good with just one name. Wiseman. Say it again. Wiseman.
So he's like Kobe or
He's
Shaq.
like Wiseman. That's it. You got Loon Dog. You got Day Day. You got the chef. You got the Splash cousin. You got the Splash. Wiseman. That's what it is. Wiseman. Speak that into existence. And Jimmy O'No throws stuck. Look at it now.
It's
Everybody
true.
uses it.
It's
Everybody
true.
uses it. It gives me no credit for that.
When I only saw highlights. I didn't pretend to watch it live. I was sleeping like a little baby. In fact, I'm still a little tired. It's Friday. When I saw the little slip screen where he dove to the basket and Steph, commanding all that attention, just lobs one up like he's Chris Paul and it's DeAndre Jordan back in the day, Lob City for the Clippers. I was thinking to myself, oh my God, if they can just incorporate that element into this offense.
It's there.
Well, but that's the one thing I think that they've gotten away from, because JaVale McGee was really good at that.
Yep.
A little high-low slip, whether it's Draymond throwing the lob, whether it's Iguodala, whether it's Steph Curry. They really haven't had a big who is athletic enough to set that high screen,
Right.
even if you're not just like setting a real screen, just a
Right.
little step in front and then dive to the hoop, and then to have the athleticism to kind of just jump on over someone.
Right.
Then you see that left-handed spin move where he cups it around the hoop. I mean, I mean, baby steps. Let's
Baby
play.
steps.
Let's play a
Hey,
month.
but you know what, though?
Let's play a month. Let's play a couple of months. But you can see as a ball of clay in terms of a prospect, there's something here.
Hey, and the maturity. Just talking to him at media day. So, we've seen him every step of the way since he's been drafted. He's now more long-winded. He's engaging.
Oh, he's stretching it out?
He's stretching it out, baby, with those big old arms. Now I was like, man, how was summer? He goes, I was here. I was just putting in work.
Do you know what I do?
I was here.
I follow him on Insta. Big Ticket Wise or
Big
Big
Ticket
Ticket
Wise,
13
yeah.
or whatever his Instagram. He put out a bunch of music this summer.
Yeah, it's therapeutic for him because he goes to see a therapist to help him deal with the stress and everything else that comes with being a hotshot rookie, as well as putting out music. He's got some flows. He's got some bars.
He had one where he was in a Cadillac. I sent it to the boys in the back on his SoundCloud page. It was an interesting song. I wouldn't say it was a great song. I also wouldn't say it was a horrible song. It was an interesting song.
Hey, he's a rapper, man. The bar is set low.
No,
I set the bar low.
I think he did the beat too, and so look, good for him. But
Good for him.
it's okay to be a well-rounded individual and have outside interests.
Look, Wiseman looked good. There's no doubt about that. I got a text from Brad Gilbert today. Jonathan Kuminga, man, the outside shot needs work. He keeps going back to that spin move. Kuminga's going to be interesting this year, what he does in year 2. There's a lot of smoke around him, which I think will help Moody and Wiseman because all the attention is on Jonathan Kuminga to be this superstar right away. You want to talk about patience. The patience level that fans have for him to take the next step. Guy is still so young. Patience,
Can he
patience,
even drink?
patience. No, he can't. He can't. He's too young. It's too young.
Could you imagine having millions of dollars and being 19, 20 years old?
No, I can't.
God.
I can't. Well,
Jealous.
I daydream about it all the time.
All day you dream about summer?
No. I don't dream about summer all day. Is that a song or something?
Adidas.
Adidas? Oh, I don't
But
know.
different S word.
Yeah.
I'm in my bag today, bro. It's
I don't know
Friday.
if you're in your bag. It's a bag coming up empty. What was I going to say?
Did you hear what they released?
No. What did they
Okay,
release?
I
What did they release?
wanted
They're
to bring
all
this
over
up
the
2
place.
days ago.
Yeah.
Adult Happy Meals are being released.
At McDonald's?
Yes.
That's going to drive you to McDonald's.
No, not me. But
Why?
the collectors people are going to go to try to get. They're going to have like the Hamburglar and then that little potato head guy. They got all these different adult Grimace. Thank you, Grimace.
I'm a Taco
Grimace.
Bell guy.
Does the adult Happy Meal come with a toy?
That's. I'm literally explaining that to you right now. So
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Is that it comes with a
Good to
toy.
know.
By the way, I don't know if you know this.
Way to
First
jump
thing
in there,
Sam
Lubman.
Lubman-
Taco Bell. So damn good. That's what I'm about. That's what I do.
Yeah, I like Taco Bell too.
Yeah,
Who doesn't like
you
Taco
like
Bell?
all the fast foods. I like Taco Bell. I'm not going to say I hate it.
Everybody
I like
lies
Taco
to
Bell.
themselves. I don't like fast food.
No.
We all consume it. There's a reason that McDonald's has sold 8 gazillion burgers a month. All right? You think it's good because we're not eating it? Number one, let's start here. Sam Lubman, I walked in the door. Sam Lubman goes, how about those Giants? I go 78-78. He goes, oh, they're still alive. Phillies lost last night. Did the Brewers lose as well? Brewers lost last night.
Brewers, I think, pulled out the win over the Marlins.
No, they lost. They
Lost.
gave
Oh, they
up-
did?
gave up
Grand
4
slam
run-
late.
They gave up 4 runs in the 9th inning. I was
Oh, I
watching
see.
that.
Last I saw, they were down.
Yeah.
They were up
They
2-0.
gave up 4 runs in the 9th inning.
Well, anyway, point being, Giants still alive, not mathematically eliminated. Somewhere, Mark Willard is getting his angel wings.
No, you are too. Don't throw Mark Willard under the bus.
I'm
You're wearing
hella
Giants
happy.
Well, hey,
shirt.
I got some angel wings too.
Dude, don't do this, guys. Don't do this. I'm in a great mood.
What?
We just listened to the Warriors game. We watched the Warriors game. We got up at 3 a.m. We got Niners football on Monday. Don't do this with the Giants today. I don't want to be the guy.
They're alive.
Listen, I know there's somebody in
In
their
the
car.
words of
Listen,
Guru, the math is there,
dude,
Steiny.
I know there's somebody in their car, and they're listening, and they're saying, boy, my Giants got a shot. They're playing some good baseball. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. I'm not doing it. Okay, they're 9-1 in their last 10.
Is that something to
Great.
scoff at?
Great. I mean,
Thank you, Colorado
Yeah,
Rockies.
exactly. You're beating up on the Rockies, okay? You're beating up on the Rockies. You don't have a shot. It's not happening. It's not. Philly's not going to lose out. Brewers not going to lose out. Don't do this.
Did you know that if they tie on the last day of the year, the Giants have the head-to-head matchup, and they actually would get in?
No, I remember because Lutman did this video after the Phillies were in town. Hey, well, got the tiebreaker over the Phillies.
You never thought that fact would pop up again, though, and yet here we are.
Just make Bonte's day. Why are you optimistic? Rodon, final Giants start? Maybe, maybe not.
I mean, I'm not super optimistic. I mean, let's be honest; they're probably still not going to make the playoffs. But you know what? I'm just happy that they're playing hard here at the end of the season when they really have no reason to.
You know what I was happy about? Seeing Jarrell Cotton back on the mound.
Yeah.
Didn't work out.
Yeah, one, Lubman's losing his mind over the way Kapler's using the bullpen down the stretch. He's name the names that you wanted to come in for Jarrell Cotton. Just listen to some of these names that they have in the bullpen. Go.
Oh, yeah, they could have gone to Scott Alexander, Alex Young, Thomas Zapucki. I mean, these are all guys, you need them to get just one out. You got to go right to Brevia.
You know it's a lost season when you got Zapucki.
Zapucki's not been, he's been good since they got him.
Oh, I mean,
I'm not
Not
going
a
to lie.
funny name, sure, but he's been pitching pretty well.
I'm not going to lie. I was rooting against the Giants so they could be eliminated so I wouldn't have to hear this because I knew this was going to pop up.
What? They're about to finish over 500.
I know. And lie to everybody. Oh, if we finished over 500. They suck this year. All right. This is where I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind with this. I'm in a good mood, and you guys want to sit here and act like the Giants got a shot. You want to sit here. You're believing. I see it all in your face, Shasky. Lutman's over there believing. You got Mark Willard going to the games now. All of a sudden, he's going to the games. Come on. Let's not do this.
I'll be there tonight, too, watch him march to the playoffs.
Guaranteed loss at that point if he's
I
going.
guarantee loss. If Lubman's going, Lubman needs to stay home. Then, you know what? What's your record, Lubman? What are you, like 1-8 this year?
No, I actually got a winning record at a Giants game. I got to tabulate the actual record, but I'm pretty sure I got a winning record right now.
The best part about all this is that they're going to go to the last month of the season and go, forget the 6 months that Yaz had beforehand. Look at that 2-week stretch. You know it's coming. Crawford playing the best defense of his life. We don't need a shortstop. There was a quote yesterday. I know we're gonna be done with Giants talk, but they're alive, and so I want to give them their last few breaths, their last few embers of baseball. Carlos Correa basically came out and said, "I'm for sale. Come get me."
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see the quote?
I saw
Lubman,
the quote.
what was the exact quote? It was
He's talking about going to DR.
Yeah,
He's
Christian
talking about
DR.
going to DR. I go there, I buy it because I want it.
Yeah, and I'm the product. And
I'm
if
the
you
product,
want me,
and if you want me, come pay for it.
I love that.
Come spend top dollar.
I love that. If you go get Aaron Judge and Carlos Correa?
Giants are 16-10 in the month of September after going 21-34 over July and August. Is that a selling point for Aaron Judge?
Well, this is
It's honestly right now on the Friday. How confident are we that Aaron Judge is going to sign with the Giants? Because I'm starting to see a lot of tweets circulate.
Well, the only reason that I was
Little bit. You got to believe it.
I'm holding my thumb and index finger very, very close together, but not quite touching. That to symbolize my confidence in Aaron Judge.
He's like a fourth and short. He's going to pull out the index card. They're this short. They're this short. It's fourth down.
Oh, you know what? I have a special assignment for Sam Lubman during the offseason. Judge Watch. And what I mean by Judge Watch, you need to track every single flight, see where he's at, look at his Instagram.
Oh, like Tiger Watch.
Yes, like Tiger Watch. It's Aaron Judge Watch. All rise. Where's he flying to today? Where's he at? Is he in France? Is he in Africa? Is he in Stockton, California? Where's Judge eating lunch at?
If he signed with the Giants this offseason,
oh my gosh,
you're getting Baby Chaz a 99 jersey.
Oh, no doubt. I won a Judge here last year. I remember you, Kate Scott, a lot of people. I was like, go get Aaron Judge. The guys were like, yeah, I don't know about Aaron Judge. I was like, what? And then he goes out there and has the greatest contract year of all time.
My favorite would be you instead of the milkmen. It's you and a bunch of other judges.
Yeah.
Like you're the panel of the Supreme Court.
My gavel, baby. Boom, boom, boom.
The long hair.
Let's go. I'm all about Aaron Judge coming to San Francisco. Listen, you better if you go Judge, you better go all in. You better go to Dior and go get Carlos Correa.
Well, Rodon's gone. I don't know if you heard the quotes from him and Jock Peterson. They both said, that's a great 1 year. Really appreciate being here. Basically,
they're gone?
week. Oh, yeah, Jock's gone. It sounds like to me, my interpretation after talking, I don't know if you know about this, but Garlic Fries and Baseball Guys, we did a podcast.
Yeah.
It's been released this morning, so if you really want more baseball content, search there for your baseball content needs. Mark said, and I agree with him, sounds like the agent for Jock Peterson and Farhan got together. They threw some numbers together. And Jock's representation wasn't happy with it.
Oh, well, he'll always have that fantasy football league, right?
Dude, has any player's powers been zapped harder than when Tommy Pham slapped him? He had 17 home runs, and he's had 6 since.
Oh, he slapped the soul out of him. He slapped the soul out of him. I mean, you might as well. The only thing he forgot was the baby powder. I mean, that was the pimp slap. That was a sick pimp slap. I mean, damn. Remember How High?
Yeah,
where they had
course.
the pimps with the baby powder?
The baby powder.
He's throwing the baby powder with Mike Epps. Who's the other guy? I forget the other guy in that.
Like
the other
B,
pimp.
tale of two halves for Jock Peterson.
Oh, dude.
There's like the before the slap, and then there's after the slap.
And after the slap, the Giants were done. I mean, they allowed that guy to get. He didn't do anything. Tommy Pham kept him in the dugout, spooked him. Tommy Pham, by the way, I've been watching him in Boston. He was hitting leadoff home runs and stuff. But he got pimp slapped, and he wasn't
teammates.
the same. I
Stabbing relatives.
I think that was bad omen for the clubhouse. It was a very bad omen. Damn, our leading home run hitter just got pimp slapped in left field at Cincinnati. Sheesh. Got pimp slapped by Tommy Pham. Who? Tommy Pham. Who the hell is that? Tommy Pham.
Could you imagine? Like, I'm envisioning in my head, even though I know this isn't how it went down. He gets slapped, and then like Brandon Bell. Brandon, come help me.
Brandon's like, huh? I heard you could hear it from the clubhouse.
No.
That's how people knew he got slapped. They were like,
no. Damn.
Said that open palm like slid off his jaw. Like, you
got the four fingers on his cheek.
He's got the four fingers.
Oh, man.
He got pip slap. I want him, God. Jeez.
He's had a good year.
2022 Giants. Pip slap back into third place. Was that a 3?
That's really good. You know what the best part is? We're going to look at the last 3 weeks. And we're like, hey, you know what? They didn't fall apart on Gabe Kapler.
Oh, yeah, they didn't quit on Kapler.
They didn't quit on him.
They didn't quit on him.
You know what else is going to be funny?
They rally for Cap.
When Tyler Rogers comes back next year.
Oh, my God.
Have you seen his numbers? Last 20 innings?
Oh, it's been really good.
Oh, last 15 outings, 20.2 innings.
Yeah.
2 runs given up.
Oh, I know. I saw Harry Bearson tweeting about his career with the Giants. How his ERA's been
Harry's
low.
going down the deep end.
Yeah, Harry. That's who
bless
Harry
him.
is. That's who Harry is.
Yeah.
You should see him on the fantasy football chat. SF Players Club. It's bad. Sam Lutman is already here. Sam Lutman. I told you, defense got better. Rodgers was pitching well. Because remember, we had that big blow up before a show where I was like, Rodgers stinks. Because he's top 10 reliever. I said, where? You have a top 10 reliever on the Giants. And all of a sudden, he's dealing. So this is what's happening. Tyler Rogers is going to be back. Mike Yastrzemski is going to be back. Kapler's going to be back. And, Jock Peterson, he'll be lucky to be back. But I personally, Farhan is a better man than me. Hey, Jock, you got pimp slap, man. I can't have you on this team.
It's worth consideration.
We're trying to build character in this clubhouse.
I'm ready for this Giants season to just end.
Are you ready for the Niners season to end?
I'm actually really looking forward to Monday night.
You're lying, man. We're going to get more than the Warriors.
No, you know what I want to get into?
And the Niners. We'll get there. And Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, this is
Everybody's
important.
losing their mind about Tua Tagovailoa, and I know why. So we'll get into that coming up. Sponsored by Fremont Bank. Full service banking, no compromises.
For BetQL. When looking over NFL lines, it's good to remember some teams are better at covering the spread on the road rather than at home. Exhibit 1 is the Arizona Cardinals. The Cards are 9-2 against the spread in their last 11 road games, including covering in their only road game so far this year. They are away at Carolina this weekend, and Cards are 1.5-point underdogs, so that's looking like a good bet, maybe outright. I'm Trista Crick, helping you beat the books.
Is there a calculator that can't compute in your kitchen drawer? Recycle it at Staples. A shredder that won't shred under your bed? Or a collection of cables cluttering up your closet? Recycle them now at Staples. With Staples Free Tech Takeback, we'll recycle your old tech free. Plus, rewards members get $5 back in rewards. So if you have modems, mice, and mobile phones making a mess of your home, recycle them now at Staples. Limit 1 reward per month. Redeemable in-store only. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/recycling for details.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New gigabit extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity Gateway.
Meet Boost, the fizzing amazing vitamin boosts that make you feel like
I like to boost it. My vitamins can boost it. I like to boost it. We like to boost it.
Boost effervescent vitamins turn your H2O into H2O to give you a fizztastic feeling like
I like to boost it. My vitamins can boost it. I like to boost it. We like to boost it.
Because it's not just vitamins, it's Boost, the fizzing amazing vitamin boost.
Boost it.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you might be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to getrefunds.com/sports, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to getrefunds.com/sports. That's getrefunds.com/sports.
The Grand National Rodeo at the Cow Palace, October 7th and 8th. Don't miss the action of bronc and bucks, bareback riding, stair wrestling, bull riding, and more. Get your tickets for the Grand National Rodeo at the Cow Palace today at cowpalace.com.
Hey everybody, it's Boomer Esiason here. When a part of your offense isn't firing on all cylinders, it shows. And sometimes the only solution is to replace that part with something new. It's true on a championship team, and it's also true with cars. That's why I love eBay Motors. They have all the right parts at the right prices. 122 million of them, by the way. And that way you can get the parts that you need to make your car a winner. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride.
Get what you want and pay over time when you use your Lowe's Advantage card. Now through October 26, 2022. Ask for 0% APR with 36 fixed monthly payments on a product installation or appliance purchase of $1,000 or more. Shop for the appliances you want in-store or online. Or go to the store nearest you for installation. Now at Lowe's. Offer subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store Lowe's.com for details. U.S. only.
Hockey season is here, and 95.7 The Game has your shot at tickets to check out the San Jose Sharks in their home opener against Carolina on October 14th. Listen to Willard and Dibbs around 10:30 for your chance to win.
Rebound, Curry. Curry advances, timeline, between the legs of the dribble, fires away from downtown. Curry for three. And the crowd loves that. 23-17 Warriors, they lead by 6.
This is Stephen Curry, and you're listening to The Morning Roast with Bonte and the Butcher on 95.7 The Game.
Little Tim Roy out in Japan as the Warriors win their preseason opener. Steph Curry with the first of many threes this season. Although this one doesn't count, of course, it's preseason basketball. We're not going to go crazy. But it was good to see the boys back on the floor. They'll play again Saturday night, 10 p.m. And don't forget the replay. We'll replay that game in case you missed it this morning. Catch the replay this afternoon. Actually, this early evening at 6 p.m., right after Damon and Ratto, right here on 95.7 The Game. And then don't forget Monday, 49ers coverage live from the Hilton Hotel down there next to Levi Stadium. Next Monday, 95.7 The Game will be live and local. Willard and Dibbs, Steiny and Guru, Damon and Ratto, they will all be down there during the day as we get you ready for Monday Night Football between the Rams and the 49ers. And we'll get back to the Warriors in just a second. But I want to get into Thursday Night Football. And first of all, Thursday Night Football, I think the Amazon Prime production is legit. Before the game where they're showing like the meetings, they're talking to Tua, they're talking to Mike McDaniel, they show the Dolphins getting on the plane and leaving and then arriving in Cincinnati, and they're talking to Cincinnati, and they're talking to Tyreek, and they're talking to Burrow, and they're talking to Chase. That's pretty cool. And did you get to the actual broadcast? I'm going to stand back on Herb Street. I think Herb Street could be really good. I realized it yesterday. Al Michaels just isn't the one.
You've come to my side of the table.
Dude, it's time to retire.
Thank you.
He's reading just cue card stats that are headed to him that make no sense to make a point. And Herbie's like, yeah, I'm with you. And I heard him say, I'm with you multiple times.
How about when Al Michaels went straight, this Burrow's a cool cat. Yeah. I'm like, Al, dog, dude, it's 2022, homie.
Dude, Al.
2022.
Al's still in that last check from Amazon. He's done. He's done. Sunday Night Football upgraded with Mike Tirico.
And who's he fooling with that hair?
Yeah, no, we need to get Herbie. We need to get Herbie a partner.
Come on.
It's time. That will enhanced the Thursday night viewership. Richard Sherman's good. I like Sherman a lot.
I told you, again, it would have taken a ton of guts. I doubt they would have ever done it. But what I would have done is I'd have gone Sherman and I'd have gone Gus Johnson.
Yeah.
The other thing that I noticed, Ryan Fitzpatrick, wannabe Pat McAfee in terms of appearance.
Yeah.
Horrific analyst.
Yeah.
Whitworth is way better than him. We don't need to go straight to the quarterback if the quarterback has nothing to say.
And let's be honest, Ryan Fitzpatrick wasn't a great quarterback.
Well, that doesn't mean that you can't be a good analyst.
No, that's true. But
like, have
nobody
a personality.
Give me Sherm, Whitworth, and that's it. Well, all they need a two-man booth.
Here's a great example.
Akeem Talib was supposed to be there. We know that, but he has some family issues.
Here's the thing. Great example. Joe Staley. We all like Joe Staley. When Joe Staley was playing, everyone's like, he's going to kill it in media. And he was okay. And I'm not trying to rip Joe Staley, but it's really difficult to be good in media. I think they're two different, platforms. Being a funny player or being someone that we put the mic in front of, while you have the jersey on is one thing. Doing it afterwards is a whole nother. Ryan Fitzpatrick, totally out on. Sherman's great. I think Sherman is fantastic. And they kind of phased Tony G out, which was good. And I thought Whitworth was really good. I really like Andre Whitworth.
Yeah, Whitworth is solid. I like him. So, that's just my takeaway of the broadcast and the production.
Oh, and the 4K.
And the 4K.
The 4K,
nice.
every single station, ESPN, 4K. On down, ABC.
Yeah, we all need 4K.
What are we doing?
So, but the biggest thing that happened in that game is, the Dolphins lose their first game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
They lose to the Bengals 27-15, but it's what happened late in the second quarter, late in the first half. Tua Tagovailoa, after taking a shot, and the Dolphins had a first and goal, Dolphins were awarded a first down off a roughing the passer penalty. So it's second down, the Tua drops back, and he lets one go to Tyreek Hill, and he just gets slammed to the turf. I mean, he just gets pile drive into the turf, and he doesn't get up. And here's the call. Let's listen to it.
Tua rolling left with the grain, and down he goes. Slung down in his own 48-yard line. Josh Tupu. And,
Yeah, Josh Tupu slams Tua. Tua had his fingers, I didn't know what the heck was going on. They called it a head and neck injury. He flew back with the Dolphins last night, so he was checked out of the hospital, head and neck injuries. But this came after Sunday's game against the Buffalo Bills, where it was really, really hot. And Tua, collapsed.
It was over 120 degrees on the field.
He collapsed,
on Sunday.
and he walked off the field, and he went back to the locker room, and everybody thought it was a head injury. Dolphins called it a back injury. Tua didn't look right. Then with the short turnaround on Thursday Night Football, did you need to play Tua? He's already a small dude who I think is going to have durability issues throughout the course of his career because of his small frame. But there's a question on whether or not he should have been playing last night and that the Dolphins did him dirty by trotting him out there in Cincinnati against the Bengals on Thursday Night Football.
So, as a television product, I would be lying if I didn't say, I love Thursday Night Football. Of course I love Thursday Night Football. But I also realize that, baked into that is, man, they probably shouldn't be playing. Forget Tua's injury for just a second. You brought up the 120-degree weather on Sunday, which was the Bills and Dolphins that they were playing in.
See Josh Allen when he hugged Tua at the end of the game? He put his head on the shoulder pad and was exhausted. He did throw 62 times, but...
Every single guy needed an IV. I mean, they were saying it was some of the worst conditions they've ever played in. And then, you're trying to replenish yourself to get ready for 3 days later. The body's just not set up for that. Everybody's been saying it. And I know everyone's coming down Richard Sherman's road because at halftime he didn't say anything about it, even though when he played, he was one of the most anti-Thursday Night Football guys. Now, with the schedule being what it is now, and now you got 17 games, how they not figured out you got to bake in a bye week before the Thursday game for both teams. I know it's difficult, but if you're going to do the Thursday thing as a television product and try to have that standalone game, you've got to work the schedule to where they're not playing 3 or 4 days before.
I would prefer them not to have Thursday Night Football, and I get the money involved.
But it doesn't feel like that's going away.
It's not going away. It's not going away anytime soon, especially after what Amazon paid for that package.
Exactly.
It's just not fair.
I know.
You play a grueling divisional game against the Buffalo Bills, then you got to fly to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Cincinnati was in New York. They got to fly back home, get there Sunday night. Next day, you're getting ready and you're recovered. What I heard from NFL players in the past was by Thursday, your body starts to feel right. You're starting to come around from the wear and tear from the previous game. That's if you're lucky. Most guys, maybe it's Friday when they start feeling fresh again. They got to turn around and play high-level football on a Thursday. And let's face it, it was a gotta-have-it game for Cincinnati.
Absolutely. Their season was on the brink. And then you look at it from like a fantasy perspective, even if you're not the most diehard fantasy player, most of us know, I'm really reluctant to play my running back on a Thursday night. Just think about that. Why do we say that? Because we know like the recovery time, that's a factor. Now, I don't pretend to be some doctor. I've never tried to pretend to be a doctor. I don't know how he got cleared, but they say he got cleared. I listen to the Levitar podcast pretty much every single day, and they're a Miami-based podcast, and they were arguing leading up to the game on whether Tua should play or not.
Right.
And there are compelling points on both sides. The NFL is inherently violent and part of the machismo of the sport. Look at Herbert play through the broken ribs. Right? Look at Byron Leftwich playing with a broken leg. Like we do this in sports. Tony Romo coming out of the Candlestick locker room to lead with broken ribs. The 49ers are to a loss.
Did you hear what this doctor said? PhD Chris Nowinski. On Twitter, Chris Nowinski, what does he do here? Founding CEO of Concussion. He's a neuroscientist. But he basically said yesterday at around 1 o'clock, if Tua takes the field tonight, it's a massive step back for concussion care in the NFL. If he has a second concussion that destroys his season or career, everyone involved will be sued or should lose their jobs, coaches included. We all saw it, even they must know this isn't right. Now, again, they called it a back injury on Sunday. We all thought it was a head injury with the way he responded. Teams don't like to disclose injuries.
No, that's
and
obvious.
He came back in that Buffalo Bills game and finished it out, and they win the game. But should he have played Thursday? Probably not.
Have you ever gotten a concussion?
Not that I know about.
Okay. Has anybody else on the show ever gotten a concussion? I'm just out of curiosity.
I don't think I've gotten like one diagnosed, but like I'm pretty sure when I played football in high school, I got my bell rung enough once.
Yeah, I've got my bell rung. I saw Tweety Birds.
Yeah, I got 2 legit concussions. Both of them. One of them knocked me completely out. The other one, I thought I was good, and then I kept trying to play baseball, and then I like literally fell over trying to play. And obviously, this was 30 years ago. The next day, I felt like I was in a car crash. Neck, my feet were numb, like I was destroyed. Now, I know there's different levels of it. I don't know how they let him play in the game, man. And I just, it's just, especially seeing how violent it was when he fell on Sunday.
Yeah, it was bad. So I'm not trying to be a Twitter doctor, but it looked like Tua shouldn't have been played. But good thing is Tua is okay. He flew back with the team last night as the Dolphins lose to the Bengals, their first loss of the season, the first loss of the McDaniel era down in South Beach, Miami. Speaking of which, hopefully everybody in Florida is safe and they're safe and sound from that hurricane out there in southern Florida. Hurricane Ian, thank you very much, Spadoni. All right, what's coming up on the game? Sponsored by Fremont Bank, full service banking, no compromises. I'm going to get back to James Wiseman and the Golden State Warriors and talk about some of the memories from last season. 888-957-9570 is the hotline and the number. Open forum today. Open forum. We're talking about whatever you want to talk about. Roasters here on 95.7 The Game.
This football season, adopt a new tradition that's sure to turn fans into family. The Jim Beam Highball. That's beam and soda over ice with a lemon slice. Share one at the stadium or make one at home. Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2022, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
This is Michael David from Seattle. I'm 51 years old, and 6 months ago, I started taking Andro 400 to increase my testosterone. Since then, I've lost 35 pounds of fat, and my waist went from size 38 to size 32. I have more energy, and I look and feel 20 years younger. And now my wife tells me I have to take Andro 400.
Hi, this is Sherry. My husband started taking Andro 400 a few months ago, and wow, has he ever changed. He's no longer a couch potato, and he actually likes to go out and do things again. Best of all, he lost his gut, and is he looking good? All I have to say about that is...
Andro 400, the natural way to increase your testosterone. Guys, if you'd like to lose your belly fat, gain energy and muscle, and feel like you did years ago, try Andro 400, the safe, effective, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Andro400.com.
Kirby is your driveway mechanic. They bring the shop to you with brake replacements, oil changes, washes, and so much more. Get $50 off your first oil change with code OIL50 at Kirby.com. That's CURBEE.com and use code OIL50.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online. And it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you may be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to GetRefunds.com, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-555-1509. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-555-1509. That's 800-555-1509. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-555-1509. 800-555-1509.
Chris Cuomo is back with a new show on a new network. Cuomo premieres on News Nation Monday, October 3rd at 5 p.m. Pacific. To find News Nation on your television provider, go to newsnationnow.com/join us.
Breaking news on 95.7 The Game is brought to you by Beat the Street. For tips to win a $5.6 million prize. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh my God!
Now, back to the Morning Roast with Bonte and Shasky.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
What is it? Whatever you want it to be.
Money time! Money time!
I was going locksmith.
I was going.
Money time! Money time!
Warriors are back. Jordan Poole's back. Wiseman's back. I'm smiling. I'm happy. It's
money time! Money time!
And then Monday we get to Levi Stadium. It is Gucci time. As in Gucci Garoppolo.
Straight bootleg Gucci. What's up, man? You want a Folex? A fake Rolex? I'm over here on 6 emissions.
You want a Bolex? Not a Rolex, a Bolex?
Hey, I mean,
that's Gucci. I mean, it ain't Prada. It's Pradi. Not with the name, with an I. Real quick, man. We're having fun on a Friday. Good morning, everybody out there. YouTube, goofy. Twitch, Comcast Business Text Line. It hit me yesterday, man. I'm listening to Whittle and Dibs, and they're talking about Garoppolo this and Garoppolo that. And I just got depressed.
Why?
Right on the spot, I got depressed. And I had to pull over for a second and said, damn. 3 weeks ago, I was so excited to be in Chicago to see Trey Lance.
I know.
Now we're driving to Levi Stadium on Monday, said, Jimmy, just keep us in the game. Don't blow it. Don't throw up on yourself. Complete a pass. Like we're back to watching and talking about Jimmy Garoppolo. What did we do to the football gods in the Bay Area for this to happen? Shasky, seriously. In February, once the NFC Championship game was over, we said we never had to watch number 10 ever again in a 49er uniform. And now We're back to watching and breaking down Jimmy Garoppolo. Oh, man. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my hair. It's just, Jimmy Garoppolo's back.
I know.
I can't believe it. He's back.
It is depressing. I'm with you on that. And you know what the funny thing is? Is like
it's not even funny, but it is funny.
After 2 weeks, the narrative has shifted so much.
Oh.
It went from Jimmy gives him the best chance to win to all of a sudden, even the biggest Jimmy supporters. I mean, he kind of is what he is.
He kind of is what he is.
I mean, like, it's just ridiculous.
Look, we know it's Rams week. We're going to be ready to go, but we just need some time. We need some time. We get it. We just need some time. Because the spin cycle when it came to Trey Lance, and you're right, players run into Michael Silver. Couldn't wait to get that caught out there. Huh, we know Jimmy gives us the best chance to win. And then we go out there and see him score 10 points. And we see him run out the back of the end zone. And we see the pick 8. And we see Trent get hurt. And we see him throw into triple coverage on first down from the Broncos' 47-yard line. And we say to ourselves, damn. We're back to this. You can't even blame Shanahan for the game plan because plays are open.
I don't even know.
I don't even know.
Well, Shanahan.
You just got to laugh it off. You got to just laugh it off, Shasky.
Well, this is why I was so angry and frustrated and sad and depressed when Trey Lance went down. It's like a malaise, and it's just here we are. I mean, we got Damon Bruce did I think 20 minutes on Brock Purdy yesterday that I was listening to, and he was breaking down how he's the 37th best passer in the history of college football.
Oh my God!
I was thinking, God damn, that must be a sad 36 list.
I was thinking,
I love Damon, but God damn it!
But it must have been a slow 20 minutes. Must have been a slow 20 minutes. The day we have to start breaking down Brock Purdy is the day we go all Warriors on the show. Well, I'm dead serious.
It's just. It's ridiculous. Like this, he's pinpoint accurate over the middle, and it's like, no, he's not pinpoint accurate. No, he doesn't see the field. Like, yeah, he can sling it at times. Like he can throw it around a little here and there.
This is so
funny. But he always throws into horrible picks.
This is so funny, Kyle Kelly. Bonte gets serial killer delusional laugh talking about the Giants and the Niners. He's a proud dad. He has proud dad laughs when discussing the Golden State Warriors. I could not. I feel like a proud papa seeing James Wiseman go out there and drop 20 and 9, running the floor,
and then here you go from the 510. And this is I cannot. It's just for the life of me. People they're dumb, and I'm just gonna say this. Jimmy is still better than Trey Lance, but you make excuses for him though. Y'all acting like Trey wasn't the worst rated quarterback in the league prior to his injury. Okay. He played 5 quarters this year.
Right.
How come nobody can go back just to week 16 of last year when he beat the Texans
saved the season
in a game where they had to have it?
Saved the season.
Okay, we're out here blowing Jimmy for that second half against the Rams when he threw the worst red zone pick I've ever seen in my life and almost threw a second one to Jalen Ramsey in that second half. And yet Trey Lance dismantled the Texans, who ended up beating the Chargers down the stretch, who ended up holding a bunch of quarterbacks in the final 5 weeks to their lowest passer rating of the year. Yet we scoff at that, but we couldn't go a couple of quarters. And he was having a decent little drive or two in the second. A couple of quarters in the rain, and we're going to throw the kid out with the bathwater.
Right.
Yet we've got 10 years of evidence that tells me Jimmy's mediocre.
Right.
He's got moments, but he's mediocre. But you couldn't give the kid a second.
You couldn't give him a second.
A second.
Ready to destroy him after the Chicago. I haven't heard from Mike Martz.
And here's the other thing.
Have you heard from Mike Martz since week 1?
No.
Have you heard from Michael Lombardi since week 1?
No, and this is the other thing. I hear from people who never went to practice, and they all say the same thing. He can't throw. And I always go, who says that? Who's that? A bunch of people who weren't at practice?
Yeah.
Or the guy who went to practice and looked and watched them, me, or Grant Cohn, or even Cam Edmond, because we all saw the same thing. Yeah, kid looks good on some days, looks a little erratic on others. I know this. Jimmy Garoppolo sucks at practice. And ain't nobody want to say that out loud. You know why? Because he's the golden goose who gets clicks.
Right.
But the reality is the guy couldn't hit the barn because he's got horrible footwork. Couldn't hit the right side of a barn. And here's the other thing. Here's the other thing that I just keep coming back to. We cannot assess 2 players any differently. One is in year 10.
One is had his 4th start.
One was the rawest prospect we've ever seen. You have to give someone the time. I thought Jordan Poole wasn't an NBA player.
Right. Now look at him.
All right.
He's about to get a max deal.
And they're going to say, well, Joe, they were trying to win a championship, the Niners, and so you got to win now. There is an evolution to this. You're hoping that you start him off here. By year's end, he's a little bit better. By year two, he takes the league by storm. Look at Jalen Hurts. Everybody's talking about Jalen Hurts. They're drooling over Jalen Hurts. He was mediocre last year because he had the runway to fail and succeed.
You know what's funny? Damn, I freaking just lost my thought. Oh, this is what I was about to say. We went from Jimmy gives his team a better chance to win a Super Bowl
it's just ridiculous.
to already pivoting to Brock Purdy. There's people already ready to pivot to Brock Purdy. Just like that. In a 2-week span, we've gone from Trey isn't ready, Trey can't throw, Jimmy gives him the best chance to win. That was Niner football to all of a sudden, I need a training camp, I need OTAs, I need to get in game shape to Brock Purdy may give his team the best chance to win. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Did you hear what Steve Young had to say about Jimmy Garoppolo?
I did. Can we go back to the Warriors? 6:56. I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go down the Jimmy rabbit hole that early. Just think about our moods now. We came in all jovial. Spinotti's playing 50-cent music on a Friday. Lutman's running material. All of a sudden, we start talking Jimmy again.
Well, you know why I get frustrated with it? You know why I'm fatigued by it? Because I actually spend my hard-earned money and my emotion and my time on this team. I have season tickets, and I've watched this play out. And does he have moments? Of course he has moments. Yeah, of course he has moments. Well, he's mediocre. It's okay to say it.
So bad.
It's okay to say it. I don't know why we have to sugarcoat it. They wanted to swing for something that was a little raw, that was going to be a little rough around the edges to begin with, but by year's end, we were hoping was going to be better. And he made 3 throws in the Bear game that Jimmy couldn't dream of throwing.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it at all. Let's go to Matt in the city. Matt in the city's listening on the car radio. Matt, what's happening?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, yeah. Hopefully the Warriors, when they start, they'll help us sleep at night again. But
hey, Matt, let me tell you something. I'm sleeping really well. I'm sleeping really good. It's just when I think
I'm having trouble.
When I'm thinking about the quarterback of the 49ers and I think about what I'm watching the same thing I've watched over the last 3 years. And it's the 49ers' fault that they brought back Jimmy Garoppolo. Let's not absolve them. They're not exonerated from this. They brought him back. They brought him back. Go ahead, Matt.
I agree, man. It's crazy. It's like a throwback Thursday all over again. But hey, so Shasky, I just wanted to ask you because I know you said your old man used to work at the Ferry Building once upon a time in the clock tower. I saw a signature that said Matt Shasky 2019. I don't know if that was his.
And that's my uncle.
It could be.
That's my uncle. But why are you putting his business out in the street? Now he's going to get in trouble. No, I'm just teasing. No, my uncle runs the port.
We'll be getting on people's snitches.
Hey, my uncle runs the port.
Right on, man.
See, I told y'all. Hey, Matt, I told you Shasky had long family money. His uncle runs the port. How about that drop?
Plumbers.
How about that drop?
Flex. It's like Sopranos, bro.
Drop.
You know us Irish. We run everything.
Spinotti, little drop. My uncle runs the port.
It's the flex moment of the day.
It's the flex moment of the week.
He does.
Flex moment of the week.
Uncle Matt's like a legend. He's one of the greatest plumbers in the history of San Francisco.
Let Matt finish.
No, but I was just going to ask you guys, now that Trey Lance is gone and out right now, what's his future going to look like? Are we going to keep him? Is he going to start next year? Just wanted your thoughts on that really quick. Thanks for taking my call.
Hey, Matt, I would like to guess and say he's going to be back next year and start, but I have no idea with this regime. I didn't think Jimmy Garoppolo would be here, and he's here, so I have no idea what's going to happen with Trey Lance. I hope he's back. I hope he develops, but I'm as clueless as you right now, Matt. What else can I say?
I got to see where he's at physically. I mean, this ligament ankle thing. I mean,
ankle broke a fibula.
Who knows, man? It's just I don't know. I don't know.
Back to the Warriors. Adam in the city. What's happening? You're on the roast.
Morning, guys. Sound a little bit chipper today. Shasky sounds a little bit mad, but it's okay.
You know why, Adam?
Right now, too.
The Jimmy Garoppolo day was uttered and it depresses everybody. It actually gets him angry. He's turned red. He's red now. Look at him.
Because I've been fighting the good fight on Jimmy for 4 years.
Adam.
The
same thing.
Adam, he's the guy in the group project who does nothing, and then at the end is like gets all the credit when they do the presentation because he regurgitated the talking points from all the people who actually did the project.
I look at him as like a player that like say in high school that everyone rooted for and you wanted him to be good and he had a couple flashes but he just didn't live to his potential. And like you look at 2017 when they traded for him, it was gave him a little bit of hope. 2018 happens. If they don't get Garoppolo, you can go down this rabbit hole. Maybe the Niners don't have Nick Bosa right now, right? So, but then 2019 happens. Like that was your best chance. That was your lightning in the bottle moment and year. And you know what? You had a chance to be that guy. What was he, like 18 for 22 for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns in this? Like he was looking really good.
285, not 185.
Yeah, but
285
going into the third quarter.
Oh yeah.
Oh, going
Super
into
Bowl.
the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I think is what you're saying, right?
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah, but so my point though is that like he had his moment and then he got hurt again and then he had another moment last year. But the problem is his decision making is just not good.
Exactly.
Like that's what it comes down to. He can't see the field in moments. He's had moments of that he's made great plays. Obviously, we know the Saints game, we know the Cardinals and the Rams from that year, but it comes bottom down line to just like his decision making is not good. But really quickly, I just wanted to say that I got up this morning at 3 to watch the Warriors, and I'm real excited about James Wiseman. I hope that dude can stay healthy.
Man. Hey, you know what, Adam? You and I both. And I think it's going to be a special season of Warriors basketball. And that makes me smile. Because James Wiseman, look, he's gone through a lot. He's gone through a lot so far. Only played 39 games. Today, after the game, he told the media, guys, this is my first NBA game in front of a crowd.
What?
He played during the pandemic.
Wow, that's crazy.
No fans. This is his first game in front of now.
Who's raw? Wiseman or Trey Lance?
Trey Lance. I think
they're pretty close.
They're close, but I got Trey Lance. Wiseman, we've seen glimpses.
I know, but
we've seen glimpses. First 20 games. First 20 games. You think about this. First 24 games for James Wiseman. He was averaging 12 and 6 in 20 minutes. Kevin Garnett, you know what he did in his first 24 games? Averaged 6 and 3 in 18 minutes. All right, again, I'm not saying Wiseman's better than Kevin Garnett, but they both came out at the same time, right?
I don't even know if Jermaine O'Neal played for the first 2 years.
Didn't even play. Think about Rasheed Wallace, his first 24 games in his rookie year.
And he was more seasoned. He was a sophomore, I believe, when he came out?
Yeah, he left after his sophomore year.
Yeah.
Played 2 years in North Carolina.
I wanted Rasheed.
He averaged 10 and 5 his rookie season in 28 minutes.
Why did we do, real quick, just put a little bow on this for just a that year, we took like the 7th best ACC player.
Oh, no, Joe Smith.
Yeah, like in terms of prospects for the NBA.
Didn't take Stackhouse,
Rasheed Wallace. I mean, come on.
Antonio McDyess was good before he blew out his knees. Yeah, we don't need to go back there. We know.
Who was the other guy? Was it Lonnie Baxter?
Joe Smith? No, that was way later.
Okay. There was another Maryland guy who was good.
Lonnie Baxter was Chris Wilcox.
That was
he was
later.
With Lonnie Baxter.
He was with Juan Dixon.
And Steve Blake and them. Len Bias was Maryland. Back in the
that was
80s.
before.
That was before Joe Smith.
I know Smith was rookie of the year, but he just wasn't.
He wasn't the guy.
Yeah.
But you look at Rasheed Wallace.
A lot of Mac Jones there.
10 and 5 his rookie season in 28 minutes. A lot of Mac Jones. Dwight Howard, 12 and 10 in 33 minutes his rookie year.
Wow.
And through 24 games. Wiseman was raw and yet still giving you 12 and 6. Trying to learn how to play with Stephen Curry while getting yelled at all day long by Draymond Green. Now he's had a couple years. He's learned his system. He's got a nice big man coach. Big Dino's out there giving him the entry passes. I think Wiseman's going to be... Looney and Wiseman in combination at 5, I feel really good about center. I guarantee you, if they both stay healthy, nobody's going to be calling about the Warriors needing a big.
That's been the mantra for like 5 straight years.
Right. They need a big. They need a big. They need a big.
Can we bring Omri Caspi in?
They don't need a big. By the way, you are listening to 95.7 The Game. KGMZ FM and HG1 San Francisco, always live on the free Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app and favorite 95.7 The Game for the best and most up-to-date sports coverage. And do not forget that you can also watch us every day on our YouTube and Twitch streams. Just log on and search 95.7 The Game. Do not forget, as well, if you missed the game this morning, it aired at 3 in the morning out in Japan. You can catch the replay this afternoon, actually early evening at 6 p.m. right after Damon and Ratto on 95.7 The Game. And then Monday, all day long, 95.7 The Game will be live from the Hilton, starting with Willard and Dibbs at 9 o'clock, Steiny and Guru from 12 to 3, David and Ratto from 3 to 6. They will all be down during the day as we get you ready for Monday Night Football between the Rams and the Niners. Might as well call us the home of the Niners, right? I mean, it feels like it.
You bring up Rasheed Wallace, and have him and E40 squash the funk?
I don't know if they did.
Is that one of the great all-time diss tracks?
Oh, it's unbelievable. And I was a Rasheed Wallace fan, and once E40 ethered him, it's like, yeah, I'm done with Rasheed.
Wasn't it E40 and his crew underneath the hoop when they got into it with the Trailblazers?
Yeah, Chris Mills and that. Yeah. There was big-time funk. Yeah, Rasheed Wallace.
Watching New York Undercover.
Yeah. Record haters.
Hey, man,
Record
you know
hating.
I'm with that Red Man, Method Man, Wu-Tang Clan.
But we're not with those E40s. Oh, what you mad at?
Oh, dude, that song hits so hard. A young Droopy.
Yeah, Hall of Game is sick.
It's one of the all-time albums.
Hall of Game is so sick.
Next time you FaceTime with 40, can you ask him that question on my behalf?
I will.
Shasky wants to know, you still funking with Rasheed Wallace?
I think the people want to know.
Yeah.
People want to know. I could need to ask him that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because we played that song over and over, and that beat hit.
So hard.
That beat hit.
So hard. Record haters.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing the straight up non-explicit version.
Yeah, it's tough to do that. But how excited are you about the Dubs, man?
I mean, look at James Wiseman's highlights, right? You just because I didn't watch the game, but I'm looking at the highlights and I'm saying to myself, my God, he looks great.
You see the roll on the slip screen from Steph Curry?
He's cocking it back below the shoulder and yamming on dudes. I can't wait for this.
Oh,
Everybody was hyping up Kuminga and Moody, and watch Wiseman come out of nowhere and be like, hold my beer.
Yeah. Hey, remember me? I was a number 2 overall pick. Remember me? James Wiseman here, and he looks good.
Like all the Lonzo, all the people screaming for Lonzo. Or LaMelo, excuse me, LaMelo. I feel like it's kind of working itself out naturally.
Yes.
And he could still be a good player on his team, and Wiseman could still be a good player on his team.
Right.
That's the thing that kind of bugs me with some of these. We do this with quarterbacks. Why can't all these guys be decent on their particular teams? Why does someone always have to be a bust?
Right. And he's not a bust yet. And it's a big year for James Wiseman. He's learning from Looney. He's learning from Draymond. There's gonna be tough to crack minutes on this team. Think about how deep they are with JaMychal Green, Dante DiVincenzo. You got the youngsters in Wiseman, Moody, and Kuminga. You still have Jordan Poole coming out the bench.
He looked good.
Sixth man. He looked really good. He was in his bag. Klay Thompson's not going to play in Japan.
Yeah, there you go.
Jordan Poole has all that.
Shortest shorts in Warrior history.
I'm not mad at it. They're nice, though. He's in a great mood. Let me tell you, Jordan Poole, he's got the Docker sponsorship now. I mean, he's going to have a monster year. Obviously, there's money on the line. And the question that's going to loom all season is, can Joe Lacob keep this team together? Can Joe Lacob and Bob Myers pay everybody? I think that's going to just work itself out organically. I think it is.
Well, I think we should just live in the now. And that's what I would tell people. Like, we look back on the 88, 89, 99ers that were in 3 consecutive NFC Championship games, 2 Super Bowls. And I think if I would have told a 49er fan, you're going to wait another 5 years to get a Super Bowl, and then you're not going to get another one for another 35 years, we would all probably look back and go, man, maybe we should have enjoyed it more. Looking back at the Giants' recent run, did we really truly enjoy it in the moment? I think we did a little because we didn't do the money thing like we do in basketball. I feel like we're so quick to worry about next year and the year after that, and then 3 years from now, how are you going to sign this guy? Can we just live in the now? We did this with Durant, and I think a lot of fans realize, like, this is probably Durant's last year.
Right.
Let's enjoy this for what it is as best we can.
Oh, it was annoying. It was annoying radio to talk about what was going to happen in the off season and not during the season when the Warriors were going for a three-peat.
Yeah.
Think about that. They were trying to do something that the Bulls in the 90s, the Lakers in the early 2000s had done, the last team to do it, which was three-peat. They're going to etch their names next to the Lakers, to the Bulls, and the Celtics. And yet it was hijacked by everything. Hijacked by the Kevin Durant news. And I don't want to do that with Wiggins, Poole, and Draymond. And I especially don't want to do that with James Wiseman finishing with 20 points. 8 of 11, 5 dunks. Had a lefty hook. Anthony Slater's tweeting right now. Lefty hook, 2 free throws in the final couple minutes. Presence at the rim. I want to live in it now because this is special. This is special. Clay, Steph, Draymond. Like, living through those. Like, that's why it was so fun last year. The regular season meant something again.
Of course.
That was so cool about last year because it wasn't necessarily about the seeding and about the match. It was just about the development, where they were going to be at going into the playoffs. Were they healthy going into the playoffs? Because I told you all year, I'll take my chances on this team if they're healthy. We still haven't seen Dre, Clay, and Steph lose a series when they all start and they're all healthy. Think about that.
I don't think we've seen a regular season game with the three of them. I think that'll be a stat we'll see at some point. In how long? Like, Draymond started the game and came out.
Right.
But that didn't count as a real game, like, in my eyes. So what is it, like 700 days or something like that since the last time they played a regular season game together?
Yeah. It's been a long time.
I think it was 13 minutes? Well, I don't even know.
11 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that. It was bad. It was bad. It was the Celtics game.
That's right.
The Celtics game. Steph went down with Marcus Smart. Yeah.
Marcus Smart went diving into his knee.
Marcus Smart went down.
Well, the other thing I keep thinking about is Kuminga, Moody, Jordan Poole specifically. Being in that environment last year, the Western Conference Finals, the finals, to go to Boston, to be down multiple times in that series. I mean, the experience that you draw from an opportunity like that, you can draw from that experience your entire career.
Moody played a little in those Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, he was in fourth quarter.
Some good minutes. So he'll draw off of that. Kuminga hopefully will learn mentally. Wiseman sitting back, and he said, man, just being around there, just being around the team, it did wonders for him. And Jordan Poole, how much growth is he going to get for – because his playoffs were a little up and down at times. There are times he exploded.
He finished pretty strong, though.
He finished strongly against the Celtics.
There was a moment in time, you're right, he got a little physical and he was a little erratic, but I felt like he finished really strong in that Celtics finals.
He did. So let's relive some moments from last year. You saying you don't want to fast forward.
I don't.
And I don't either.
It's a hot tub season.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do explain.
Well, a little champagne. We're chilling.
Cigars?
Maybe cigars. Yes, absolutely. Maybe cigars.
A little confetti?
Yeah. I've got the TV angled, so I could see it from the hot tub.
No, there's no pot. There's no pot.
Why not? It's legal.
There's no pot.
CBD companies. I'll pull a Carlos Correa. Come get me. I'm for sale.
You sell anything, that's for sure. You are for sale.
You know what I'm doing today?
What's that?
Kirby is coming and washing my car, and boy, it needs a bath.
Where's it washing it at?
Right out in front.
Oh, wow.
They're coming to me.
Uncle runs to port, and you got Kirby coming to wash your car.
Oil 50.
And my brother's at the airport. My dad was at the airport for however many years.
So the
water treatment plant.
It's the Shasky's world. We're just all living in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brought to you by Fremont Bank. Full service banking, no compromises.
Everything, our farm, our stand, our pop-up shop, it really all started when we discovered the benefits of local, raw honey for our family.
And then we decided to turn it into a business.
We were looking for something to help us get up and running.
So we got the Chase Business Complete Banking Account.
It's more than a bank account. It comes with Quick Accept, which lets us take card payments anytime, anywhere in the U.S. using the Chase mobile app. Plus, we get same-day deposits at no extra cost. For us, it's more than honey. It's about sharing a little sweetness with the world.
Get the Chase Business Complete Banking Account with the essentials you need to help get your business going. Learn more at chase.com/business-complete-banking. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Quick Accept is not available in U.S. territories. Enrollment required. Usage subject to approval. Same-day deposits available for payments before 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday to Friday. Fees and rates apply for checking and processing. Limitations and restrictions apply. Participants compensated. Merchant services provided by Payment Tech LLC and WePay Inc. Subsidiaries of J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Do you think all premium fuels are the same? Well, your engine doesn't. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus helps keep your engine running like new because it's engineered to defend against 4 main engine threats: gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. So next time, choose Shell's most advanced fuel ever. It's fuel for thought. In engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline.
Does your heart long to wander? To encounter colorful creatures from the deep blue sea? And amazing animals from the Amazon and beyond? Feed your wild heart. Travel the world right here in San Francisco. Make your reservation to the California Academy of Sciences at calacademy.org. See rare specimens, ancient fossils, and more at our new exhibit, Hidden Wonders.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Hockey season is here, and 95.7 The Game has your shot at tickets to check out the San Jose Sharks in their home opener against Carolina on October 14th. Listen to Willard and Dibbs around 10:30 for your chance to win.
Curry, dribble drive by Horford to the lane, floats it over to the corner, back to Curry, pump fake, fly by, 3 ball, got it. Oh my goodness, he's got 33.
But how about Peyton throwing it right back to him, knowing who to get the ball to?
Now, back to the morning roast with Bonte and Shasky.
Look, Niners and Rams on Monday, and it's Beat LA week. It's Beat LA. It's Beat LA. I won't really be amped up for a Monday morning when the Rams are in town, and because the Rams took something that we all have wanted since 1994 and 95, and that's the Super Bowl championship. They stole it. Absolutely stole it from the Niners. 20-17 in the NFC championship game. But with the Warriors being back today, we figure we celebrate them being back on the floor. That highlight right there, Jim Barnett, Tim Roy, Boston, parquet floor, Friday night, game 4. Warriors down 2-1. A gotta-have-it game. Don't want to come back home down 3-1. You would have had to win 3 straight against the Celtics. And Steph Curry saved, just an unbelievable performance. And it started with the roar at the end of the first quarter, looking at the Boston crowd saying, I'm here, I'm him, I'm 30, and I'm still in this championship away from you guys. Unbelievable performance in Game 4. Got to relive that.
It's one of the greatest games in Bay Area sports history. And I think that we can't talk enough about it. And I know that sometimes these games get kind of jumbled up in a series, whether it's baseball or basketball, and we forget about them over time. Mm-hmm. I think Game 4 is one of the greatest individual games in the history of the NBA, but specifically for Bay Area sports fans in general. That game was just magical.
Up there with Jerry Rice, Super Bowl 23.
Yeah, the 200 yards.
Joe Montana, Super Bowl 24 against the Broncos.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Steve Young throwing 6 touchdown passes in the Super Bowl against the Chargers.
Absolutely.
I mean, Buster Posey, Bumgarner, Game 7 against the Royals.
Bumgarner, Game 7.
That's the Lincecum game.
That's actually probably the closest thing. I mean, you get 6 combined outs from your starters in Game 6 and Game 7, and Bumgarner comes out the pen and finds a way to win that game. Yeah, that's about as close as you can come. But Bumgarner's, because of baseball and because he did it so many times in that short span, pitching is very unique, and I don't want to dismiss him. But what Steph Curry did, I mean, Bonte, because that was a legacy game for him. Like his entire legacy, everything that they've built, it felt like the narratives surrounding him were going to change one way or the other. Like Bumgarner was already kind of like, he's a great player. I don't think we look at him in a negative light if he loses that game. Obviously, he's elevated to Paul Bunyan status. But think of what the narrative would be like if Curry and the Warriors lost that series to the Celtics.
Can't get it done by himself.
I mean,
needed Kevin Durant. Can't lead a team to a championship
by himself. Can you believe that that's what we've been hearing?
Remember when I did that hit in Boston, and I want to go back to that day. Everybody said, Steph needs Hall of Famers, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, did Larry Bird need Hall of Famers? Did Magic Johnson need Hall of Famers? So the talking points going into that game, the pressure, you could feel it. But I feel like that morning, remember we had Chris Mullen on that day. And Mullen came on and said, what up, Roasters? What up, Bonte and Shasky? What's good? And he set the tone for the day. And when we walked out of there, you and I walked all around Boston. We ate lobster tails, we had crab, hey, you guys are losing Game 4.
Dude,
you guys are losing Game 4. We told every Celtic fan, you're losing tonight. And when Steph Curry came out there and did what he had to do with the 43, and don't forget down the stretch some big shots by Wiggins, the big tip in.
Yes.
Klay Thompson with some huge shots.
I think JP hit one at the end of the third quarter, if I'm not mistaken. And I got to give Draymond credit. He was unplayable for multiple games. Right. And then in the fourth quarter, he made a couple strips.
Yep. And he was big. Looney with a couple big offensive rebounds.
Looney was so good.
So my question I guess, as we relive Game 4.
God, it feels like forever ago.
Feels like forever. And they were showing it on NBA TV the other day, and I was like, wow, what a series that was. Because Game 5 was sick. Game 5 was sick, too. Curry inside hitting threes. Didn't hit 1 3, but then you get Andrew Wiggins with 26 and 13, dropping 26 and 13.
How many total Warrior fans were in that arena? I don't think people realize, when you go to a normal, Warrior game on the road, you get a lot of Warrior fans showing up.
Games 3 and 4 in Boston, probably a combined 50 Warrior fans.
I was sitting by myself in the upper bowl, and I'm standing the whole time. I thought I was going to get knocked out. That's number one. Number two,
you always think that.
All I kept hearing from them was stop him! Stop! And they're yelling at Steph Curry, and they just kept saying, he's incredible. He's incredible. He's incredible. And he was so good.
43
he
points.
Was so sick.
14 to 26, 7 to 14 from the 3-point line, 8 to 9 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds. 10 rebounds. We forgot about that one. 4 assists for Steph Curry, and a got to have it Game 4 against the Boston Celtics. And I just saw Dave Johnson on YouTube say, Bums Game 7 is the greatest game in Bay Area playoff history. Wow. I would love to open that up.
Wow.
888-957-9570.
Wow.
Is Steph Curry's Game 4 performance the most iconic in Bay Area sports history? It's got to be on the Mount Rushmore, right?
Yeah, I think they're both on it.
Who would be the candidates if you had to throw candidates in there?
Wow, that's a tough one.
Because you could do a 16
So let me ask you
game
this.
bracket.
It has to be a close game, right?
It has to be a close game.
Right, so Montana's final drive, the 2-minute drive in
Super Bowl
88, which is the gold standard for 2-minute drives. Jerry Rice was the one who got MVP for that game.
Right.
Right, but man, you definitely got Steph up there for that Game 4.
Montana the next year against Denver.
I mean,
he was flawless.
They destroyed them, though, 55-10.
I know.
So it's tough for me to do that. I definitely think Bumgarner's up there. I would throw Lincecum in there somewhere.
That game 1, Tim Hudson.
I mean, even the game 5 or whatever, the one that they ended
Texas.
They clinched. He went 7 strong, 8 strong in that one when Renneria hit the home run. Remember, they were down in that game 1-0. I believe he beat Cliff Lee twice in that series. Yeah. Cliff Lee was incredible. I don't think people remember that. I mean, the Roy Halladay game with Cody Ross.
Yeah, that was
There's
big time.
So many. God, that's a great question. Definitely Bumgarner and Steph Curry are up there. There's no doubt about that. They're up there. God, I mean, you want to say like, well, Ishikawa, Scudero and one of the, but it's like.
These some good ones coming in on Comcast Business text line.
Bum's definitely, to me, Bum is cemented up there because that's a Game 7 of a World Series that he pitched 3 times in.
Right.
So he's definitely in there. And I think Steph's game, me personally, I have Steph's game 4 in there. I think that's the greatest game Steph Curry's ever played.
Wow.
Given the magnitude of how big that moment was.
Fitz said that too. Fitz said it as well.
I mean, I said it the next day. And people said I was crazy.
5-1-0. Pablo Sandoval, 3 home run game.
Wow.
World Series.
Or the original Game 6 Clay against the Thunder in 2016.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what? That game,
How did we not think of that?
So that game right there.
But they didn't win a championship.
They didn't win a championship. But that game right there.
One of the greatest games in the history
I
of the
go
Warriors.
back and watch that game.
It's incredible.
And I sit there and I'm just like, I have goosebumps because how did they pull this off? There were so many plays. The Andre Iguodala strip on Russell Westbrook.
Yes.
We forget that Curry closed it with the nice little floater over Serge Ibaka. The 3 he hit in the corner. I mean, it was
Billy Donovan not calling timeout.
Not calling timeout. It was unbelievable
I
theater.
stood for that entire game.
Oh, that game. Well,
me and my Uncle Jeff up the Russian River in the cabin watching on a tube TV.
So
I'll never forget it.
So you stood. I laid down on the couch.
What do you love, Neil, doing Jolo and Dibs?
So to calm my nerves, because I remember that day. That's good knowledge. No, that day, it was a Saturday afternoon. Saturday game, 5 o'clock, TNT, of course. And I drove around the city and I told my boy Fred Office, my guy Igor, come to the house. It's me and you watching. He's the biggest Warrior fan I've known on this planet. Die hard since the early 90s. And I was just like, just come watch this game with me. So he brings his 7-foot bong with him to the house. I got me a little something. I'm just laying on the couch and I was like,
cookies.
We're just going to sit here and watch. And we're going to just be ourselves, lay down on the recliner and just watch.
Okay.
We thought we were watching a funeral, but we were just going to watch. And at halftime of that game, we looked at each other and say, how are the Warriors only down 5? We're still in this game. We're still in this game. We're still in this game. And the laying down continued until the end of the game where we both looked at each other and we pumped our fists in the air and said, we'll see you Monday night at Oracle, Memorial Day.
So if we were going to put out this
is a good one. Real quick, Game 7, Sharks Knights, down 3 on the third.
Incredible.
I was at that hockey game.
Yeah.
I was there when they scored 4.
I was working here with Ryan Covey as he was trying to host a show, screaming and yelling at the TV.
That was
Tommy
the same.
Call was being interviewed.
Yeah,
Remember that?
Yeah, Tommy Call was being interviewed.
Yeah, it was a draft thing. We were doing like a NFL draft recap, and Covey was on that.
So that day, that was the same day Dame
I wanted
Lillard.
DK Metcalf.
That was the same day Dame Lillard said bye-bye to Oklahoma City and Paul George.
Yeah, that was incredible.
It was incredible theater.
So if we were to set parameters on this, and we're still in a dibs bit when we're doing with the Mount Rushmore thing, but if you were to put 5 or 4 of them up there,
I would make it
Kaepernick's Green Bay game to me is one of the greatest individual performances.
I just want one game,
but because it didn't happen in a Super Bowl, I feel like it gets negated by Steve Young's 6 touchdowns or Joe Montana's.
So it sounds like the criteria has to be you have to win the championship.
It feels like it because it is, and that I don't want to diminish Klay Thompson's Game 6 because it's one of the greatest games in Barry sports history. That's no doubt about it. I'm not here to take anything away, but I do think we should start with championships.
All right, so let's just start.
Maybe I'm wrong. Am I wrong?
Let's go championship performances. Let's simplify it for our audience. 888-957-9570.
So then you throw Steve Young on there.
Championship performances.
Montana.
What is the top championship performance? We're not even going to do Mount Rushmore.
And I would say
I want one.
I would say Montana's 84 dismantling of Dan Marino might actually have been more impressive given the hype and everything, and using Roger Craig out of the backfield as a fullback might have been better than the 89. But we can argue.
And that may have been the best Niner team of all time.
That's what I'm saying, 15-1 or whatever it was they were that year.
So best championship performances. We got Steph Game 4 against the Boston Celtics. You have Madison Bumgarner Game 7 against the Royals. You have Pablo Sandoval, 3 home runs, Game 1 against the Detroit Tigers, 2 off of Justin Verlander. Giants sweep the Tigers. Dave Stewart's got to be up there somewhere, right?
He won 2 World Series games
Right.
against the Giants in the same series during the earthquake.
Snuffed them.
Yeah,
Snuffed
he's
them.
absolutely got to be on there.
Greatest championship performances. Don't forget Wiseman's 20-9 last night. We will not forget about that. Jamie Baker's goal in Game 7 versus the Red Wings. Sharks were the A seed. Now, was that like 1994?
Yeah, that
95?
was a first or second round?
That was first round.
Okay.
Sharks were on KICU, Action 36. Artis Urbe was the goalie.
Artis Urbe, number 35 or 31?
I don't know the number, but I know he was the goalie.
Artis
and
Urbe.
they beat the Red Wings in Motown in the Game 7. 925 Comcast Business Text Line. What year was that? What year was it? 94? Was it 95? Had to be one of those years. Let's go to Sway in Redwood City. Sway, what's happening? Listening on the car radio. He's got a championship performance.
Give it to
What's
me.
happening, Sway?
Hey, good morning, fellas. I'm caller. I love the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. You guys kind of stole my thunder with the Pablo Sandoval, the 3 home runs. And I also wanted to mention the Baron Davis with the We Believe team when we took out the Mavs. Man, come on now.
That was good, but we're talking. Sway, we're going championship performances because there's a slew of performances.
Yeah.
Championship performances. Pablo, top championship performance for you?
Yeah, for sure. I remember that. So I'm gonna tell my grandkids about that. Actually, you know what I mean. I'm gonna remember that forever.
Yeah.
That was one hell of a game.
I think a lot of people will. I think
Good
he's
call.
right on that one. That Pablo one, it's tough to put the hierarchy together, but that Pablo 3 home runs off Verlander at the height of his powers.
Two off of Verlander. Smacks it around. They smoked the Tigers that day.
Yeah, but the Tigers were one of go back and look at that staff.
I remember I had a bet with Mark
Annabelle
Spears.
Sanchez, Max Scherzer.
A lot of people picked the Tigers to win that series.
That team was sick.
They
They
were
had Ian
stacked.
Kinsler, Prince Fielder,
stacked.
Miguel Cabrera.
They were stacked.
That team was so Omar Infante.
Look at Starlink. What the hell is he doing here? Oh wait, he was running a Warriors game. That's a trooper. Dude was up at 1:30 in the morning. He's got to get off that Boston hat though. What the hell is that?
Yeah, he's waiting for some Niner content for Niner Web Zone.
Oh, he wants to talk Garoppolo?
Yeah.
Oh man, Starling Bennett. Those Twitter fingers be moving, man. I didn't know he had it in him.
Him and Schefter be going at it.
You know, we used to do the overtime show with us on the Niners pre and post game show. We'd be half asleep. Then I see him tweet. I'm like, damn, he's active. He's active.
Would any of the Kevin Durant games from the 415 when he hit the 3 in Braun's face, he did it back-to-back year?
You got to put that up there, right? 2017.
He was pretty damn awesome.
Game 3.
Yeah.
And they were losing that game.
Pretty awesome.
Remember that game?
Was that the charge block game?
No. That was 2018.
Yeah, okay.
That
What was the
2018.
charge block game?
Yeah,
they got the benefit of the doubt on that
they
whistle.
reversed the call.
Yes, they did.
Against LeBron, too.
Yes.
But no, Game 3, 2017, Cleveland was up. Remember Kyle Korver missed a short corner 3 that could have sealed the deal for the Cavaliers. Kevin Durant grabs a rebound, comes up the floor, and just nails it. That's a great one.
You know what? They didn't win the championship. I want people to go back. There's 2 highlights I would love for you to look at. Bonds off Troy Percival. Bonds off Frankie Rodriguez. He had a monster World Series. He hit the farthest ball I've ever seen in my life. And Tim Salmon in the dugout goes, oh my God, that's the farthest ball I've ever seen. He hit it so deep. We need to find that highlight. He off Troy Percival too. That you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know exactly.
And they
what
were
you're talking
losing
about.
in that game.
Yeah.
And Troy Percival tried to.
That was Game 2. They lost 10-9 in Game 2.
That ball still hasn't landed.
They lost
And then he
10-9.
hit another one off Frankie Rodriguez, K-Rod, who was so sick.
Well, Game 6. It felt like the
So
ceiling.
sick.
It was like that was the cherry on top. It was the cherry on top. And I remember looking at my grandma and I said, Giants, Grandma Essie, I said, the Giants, they're going to win the World Series.
So you're the one who did it. You jinxed us.
I sat there and watched that game. So that was a game, you know, we were like 20, right? 21. Me, you and I partied all that series. And then Game 6 was like, I'm watching it with my grandma.
Yeah.
I'm watching it with Grandma Essie. I got to be here.
I
on
never
Water
told
Street.
you about what I was doing.
No.
Working at Tower Market. I'll never forget. This is the pre-cell phone era. I called my boy Matt Murphy. I'm like, I'm coming over. He's like, I got champagne. We're gonna go crazy. I left in midway through the 7th inning. Okay, of the at work. You know,
Game 6.
I had to take the streetcar. I was busting it back then, hoofing it. I got off the streetcar and everybody was emptying out of the bars like, did you see what happened? I'm like, no, I didn't see what happened. Scott Spezio. And my heart sank. And this is the pre-cell phone era.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I had gotten off of work late.
Wow.
We were all listening. I didn't have a transistor radio.
Wow.
I was poor.
Well, I was sitting there, and when Bonds hit it.
Wow.
And then when Dusty Baker, for some reason, he gave the game ball to Russ Ortiz. And Russ Ortiz, that whole season, it would be runners on first and second, no outs. He'd get the strikeout. He'd get the inning, any double play, and it was a wrap. But for some reason, Dusty was like, I got to go to the bullpen. And Felix Rodriguez, oh my gosh.
He had moments.
Blew 2 years
He grooved
Dude,
it.
he blew the Marlins game.
I know.
Marlins game, they rallied for 5-0, and he gave up 2 runs. It was 7-5. And then, of course, JT Snow gets thrown out. But he had that 9-pitch at bat, and Spezio was just follow the ball.
With the flavor saver.
Oh, that's a tough one.
The 510 saying that I went to City Nights after that game. That's a good one.
Oh, gosh.
That's a funny one.
Kevin Barlow?
What about Edgar Renteria hitting the home run? And then Andres Torres, he told me he was going to do it. It was like my favorite soundbite of all time.
Gosh, I'm pulling up the World Series. Let's get to Duke in the city. I'm going to pull up the World Series.
What up, Duke?
Duke has some greatest moments in
Bonds.
championship history. I miss Bonds, too. What up, Duke? Happy Friday.
What's up with y'all? Man, y'all know what it is. Happy Friday to the
Happy
family.
Friday.
Man, the
Happy
brother
Friday.
nephews, man, y'all already know what it is, man. They was y'all talking about great championship revisits. I'm sitting in my office right now. It's just like, you have an office. I'm sitting in my office, and I'm looking at this picture that my boy Mikey Watson, shout out to the local 10 longshoreman.
Nice.
My boy Mikey Watson, you know, it's one of them. I looked at it, I was like, Mike, where you steal this from? Because it looked like one of them barbershop pictures. You know how the barbershop pictures be?
Yeah.
It's a picture of 3 49ers. One of them got to be Dwayne Board. I see a 97. I don't think it could be Brian Young because I don't know if Brian Young and Dwayne Board played at the same time, but they are sacking Dan Marino.
Oh,
that's one of the biggest ones because look at this. Dan had a chance to win the Super Bowl. He didn't get there too many times, but
he didn't get there again.
He already knew when he got there against us, it was a no-go.
Yeah. That's a great call. He had thrown for 5,000 yards that year.
48 touchdown passes.
It was one of the greatest passing seasons ever.
I think Josh Allen is about to have a Dan Marino type 84. See, I tweeted that one out because he threw 48 touchdown passes.
With the Marks brothers, Mark Duper and Mark Clayton, who were so sick. And that was Don Shula, had drafted him the year prior in that famous 83 class. And Dan Marino famously said after walking off the field, I'm going to get back here. And he never did.
And he never got back.
Yeah.
He got close, but never got back.
You know, by the way, that's the last Dolphin playoff win was Dan Marino.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah,
they've had some other playoff wins.
Not since Marino left in 2002. I'm not saying that 84 team. I'm saying since Dan Marino had retired. Apologies, I don't think I articulated it appropriately.
They lost the wild card games to the Ravens.
With Chad Pennington.
Yep, Chad Pennington. Yep, no, they haven't done anything.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
Damn, they didn't win one with Jay Fiedler?
Nope. Their last playoff win was Dan Marino.
Because they got smoked by the Raiders in the
Jimmy
second
Johnson's final game with Dan Marino, they lost like 48-7 or something.
52-7 to Jacksonville.
There you go.
I think the last time they were in the playoffs was a couple years ago. Matt Moore had to play because Tannehill got hurt or something, and he got lit up against the Steelers.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And they actually were in the game. So I've just looked up these numbers here.
For Bonds, World Series?
7 games.
2002.
17 at-bats.
By the way, before you say that, he couldn't perform in the playoffs was the narrative at that time.
Well, so his batting average.
Yeah.
7 games.
Yeah.
471. He batted 471.
How many walks?
13 walks.
13 walks in 7 games.
6 RBIs. 4 home runs.
Oh, my God.
8 hits and 17 official at-bats. 471 batting average. On-base percentage, 700. Slugging
700.
Slugging 1.294. His OPS was nearly 2,000 for that World Series.
What makes me so sad?
That is one of the greatest championship performances, and we don't even talk about it because they lost the series.
Ever. He was so sick. Again, we got to find the Troy Percival home run. Tell me we got to find. It's one of my favorite home runs of all time. Joe Buck, and I believe, what was the guy?
Joe Buck and Tim McCarver.
Tim McCarver. Dion, real mature.
Yeah.
When Dion poured the Gatorade on him.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Last time Dolphins won a playoff game, the year 2000. They beat the Colts. Was Dan Marino still quarterback in 2000?
Yeah,
no,
I think he was.
It was Jay Fiedler. Jay Fiedler was a quarterback.
Marino was still playing.
This was Jay Fiedler. Damian Heward. Lamar Smith was playing running back. 2000, they beat the Colts 23-17. They beat Peyton Manning in a wild card game. That's right. I remember this game. Remember ABC had those wild card
Marino
Saturdays?
wasn't on that team?
No, this was Jay Fiedler.
Marino didn't retire till like 2002.
No, he retired at like 99 maybe. 2000. I'm looking at it right now. Dave Wanstead, the coach.
I'll stand down.
No. It's all good. Mike Shula was the quarterback's coach. Mike Shula, not Dan Shula, his father.
Well,
they beat the
Dolphin
Cardinals.
talk.
They beat the Cardinals.
Here
There's been a
is-
lot of Dolphin talk because of
I
Tua
know.
Tagovailoa.
Here is Troy Percival trying to close out a game at Angel Stadium with the rally monkey.
Marino retired after the 99 season.
Oh, I thought it was 2000.
It's all
All
good.
right, well, here we go. Give it to me. Bonds versus Troy Percival.
Ripped into right field. It's a one-run game as Bonds gets his second of the series. You could see Salmon saying in the dugout, that's the furthest ball I've ever seen hit.
See? I thought it was Tim Salmon. Someone said it was Troy Gloss who said it. I thought it was Tim Salmon.
Yeah, it was Tim Salmon said.
That's the farthest ball I've ever. And by the way, Joe Buck called that before it even left the field.
Yeah, it was the ball. I still don't know where it landed.
Well, it was so foggy.
Yeah, I don't know where it landed. It was unbelievable. Again, Barry Bonds batted .471 in that World Series.
I think JT Snow also batted over 400 in that series, but I could be wrong. Clearly, my Dan Marino numbers aren't accurate.
No, you're 1 year off. That's all. Because I knew Jay Fiedler. Because I knew in the back of my head, I was like, Jay Fiedler won a game. And it was that crazy Colts game because Vanderjagt was blowing field goals.
Oh, liquored up kicker.
Yeah, liquored up kicker. Idiot kicker, liquored up.
Liquored up kicker. That is still an all-time line from Peyton.
JT Snow, that World Series.
Give it to
Gets
me.
his former team, the
Give
Angels.
it to me.
7 games.
Give it to me.
11 hits. Wow, he had 11 hits and 27 at-bats.
He was awesome.
A home run. 4
Told you.
RBIs.
Told you.
407 batting average.
Oh, look at me.
1,000 OPS.
And I'm back.
You're back.
I'm back.
OPS. Wow, Shinjo batted 167.
Oh, dude, if Andres Galarraga doesn't miss that whole year because of the cancer, he's the DH. We win that World Series.
Jeff
Shinjo.
Kent, 276. 3 home runs.
Hey, Kent's a bad dude. He was awesome.
Barry Bonds batted 471.
But he'll walk 13 times.
Dude. Greatest.
7 games.
So believable. Steve in Santa Rosa listening on the radio. Then we'll get back to Duke because he's got some bars for us. Steve Santa Rosa listening on our radio. Greatest championship performances.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Eric Wright in the Dallas game. And I want to, preface this with, we were in the stands and we all had memories of Dallas and Roger Staubach coming back and beating the Niners against Brody, who, if he had a better coach, would have probably won a couple.
Was that the onside kick game when they were up 14 points with less than, or 13 points with less than 5 minutes to go or whatever?
They got the onside kick.
Yeah, Dick Nolan let sit on the lead coach, but that's, old news. The big play was, the catch, and we go ahead. And then Dallas comes out on the first play, throws a pass over the middle, and Drew Pearson is gone.
Yep.
He is headed for the goal line, and Eric Wright comes up and grabs him by the collar, drags him down.
Yep.
They were already in field goal position at that point.
Yep.
And me and my buddy looked at each other and just went, no, not again.
Not again.
Not again. And then the next play, we recovered, and the game was over. But that moment, between that play, was like the highest tension for a couple of 49er fans that had already seen Dallas make these miracle comeback wins before to go to the Super Bowl.
No
and
doubt.
that play, he was gone. Bruce Pearson was gone. He was midfield and running, on the first play. And we were like, oh, no, not again.
That's a good one. The fumble recovering. Yeah, Eric Wright, horse collar would have been called
was
today.
Jim Stuckey with Danny
Jim
White
Stuckey.
fumbling? Was that
Jim
what
Stuckey,
it was?
Dwight Clark's old buddy from Clemson.
Yeah.
Jim Stuckey. Remember that? He's a character. We've had him on the show. He's a character.
Missouri's Eric Wright. 4-time champion.
4-time champ. Let's go to Alex in Livermore. This is a good one.
Give it to me,
on
Alex.
the Odyssey app.
Yeah.
Alex, what's happening?
What's up,
You're on the
Alex?
roast.
I would love to hear it.
What's happening, fellas? Hey, I'm a diehard Raider fan, but I got to say, when the Niners held the Bengals on the 1 yard line, I was with my dad at the time. I was a young kid, and he was an actor. And we were sitting backstage, and I remember all the actors and actresses running back out of each scene to watch to see if they could hold them. And it was just one of the best memories that
Yeah.
I have in the Bay Area sports.
That's a great call. The iconic black and white photo of Ronnie Lott jumping in the air while you have Hacksaw Reynolds and a bunch of those defensive linemen.
Yeah, Buns was in that.
Yeah, stuffing them at the 1 yard line. That's an iconic moment in 49er history.
Pontiac Silverdome. Oh, Dibs. Wow. Dibs is actually listening to the show.
What's he saying?
I'm looking at numbers here, and Dibbers just pops up on my phone.
No, I like this.
Bonds had 1 home run in the 97 postseason. Bonds had 1 home run in 97 postseason at bats before 2002. So he did come up short.
Well, that was with Pittsburgh, and then they obviously he got pitched around.
To be fair, he did stink it up with the Giants for a while.
Well,
I'm not gonna.
I know, but let's
it
go
happens.
through,
It happens.
No, but let's go through this. He didn't make the playoffs with the Giants until 97. 97, they lost in a 3-game series to the Marlins.
Wasn't good.
A 1-game play-in against Sammy Sosa and the Cubs, and they
Wasn't
lost
good.
that.
Wasn't
I know,
good.
he wasn't good. 2000, they lost to the Mets.
Wasn't good.
And 2001, he finally broke out.
Wasn't good.
And when he was with the Pirates back in the day, everyone remembers him for the Sid Bream throw.
Right.
His former teammate.
It wasn't good.
The 6-5 hole.
Also remember him striking out a lot. Think about this. His first ever postseason series in 90 against the Cincinnati Reds in 6 games. Batting averages for each game, 333, 143, 200, 214, 176, 167.
And that's Pirates-Reds?
Pirates. Against the Braves the next year. Dude, he batted less than 200.
Yeah, they got dominated by that pitching staff.
Yeah, 0 for 4, 167, 182,
I love that
188,
Pirates team.
150, 130, 148. He did scuffle.
Well, so did A-Rod. I mean,
yeah, so did A-Rod.
Mike Trout doesn't have a victory in the playoffs.
He started getting better. I'm just saying. The postseason struggles were real.
No doubt.
You can't deny that. Let's go to Duke. Back to Duke in the city. It's got some bars for us. What's up, Duke? You're on the roast.
What's up, y'all, man? Y'all know what it is, man. Good morning, man. Y'all said it's the morning roast, man. This show is sizzling hot, man, because that's what y'all do, man. Y'all got the biggest morning show in the United States, man. That's just real talk, man. We just tell you what it is, man. Y'all homegrown, man. Y'all say it's basketball season. The Warriors back. In case anybody forgot, man, we got the big trophy. Yeah, boy, back in the Bay. Told you once before that the pay don't play from the SCO to the O to San Jose. Katie should have stayed and got his just dessert. Just the Bay, homeboy. Don't get knocked to the curb. Forget about the nonsense that you thought you heard. Dubs told the NBA in the league no slack. The Warriors on the mission for a back-to-back. And that's how we getting down this year. Warriors, Niners, we hit it.
I love it.
Duke.
I love it. I love it. Duke with the walk-off. Duke with the walk-off. Duke with the walk-off. Now give it to me, Spadoni. Game 4 highlights. 2022 NBA Finals. The chef did what? The chef delivered for the Golden State Warriors as they tied the series at 2 games apiece.
Off the screen, Poole, not afraid to fire. Missed it. Curry, offensive rebound. Spins for the layup, and he underhands it up and in. Oh, what a play. Curry down the right sideline, waiting, guarded by White. Off a screen by Looney. Curry fires away. The 3 ball's good. Top of the key with White making contact. It's a 1-point game. The Warriors are not going away.
He wasn't really open, but he's got such a quick release.
27 for Curry. Here comes Curry, the front court. Curry drifting. All eyes on number 30. Bounce pass to Thompson. Fires away. Bang! Thompson, top of the key with a 3. The Warriors lead by 1.
43 points, 10 rebounds, 14 to 26 from the floor, 7 to 14 for the 3-point line. You heard the excitement in Jim Barnett's voice. You heard the excitement in Tim Roy's voice, the play-by-play voice of the Golden State Warriors on the radio side of things. We're going to ask Mark Ibanez at 8 o'clock the greatest championship performances in Bay Area sports history. Mark Ibanez, 8 o'clock. Dipper's coming in with the 1975 Rick Barry.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. By the way, just for clarity's sake here, Dibs, while you're at it, you said 1 home run for Bonds in like 90-something at-bats prior to the 2002?
Yeah.
Willie Mays, 1 home run and 89 at-bats in the postseason.
Not good. Not good.
And some man was 660.
That's not good.
You know?
That's not good. How about this? Raheem Mostert, 200 yards in the NFC Championship.
That's a good one.
Nobody said that one.
That's a good one. I like that one a lot. If we're going 49ers in the playoffs, I do think Kaepernick deserves at least a mention on here. What he did against Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay in the final candlestick playoff game of all time, where he hung 45 on that team after throwing a pick to start that game off. I mean, you ran for 180 and threw for, I think, 280, 290. Did he throw for 300?
I want to say he threw for 300
I
and
could
had
be
over
wrong.
100.
And then I remember he made a
300,
strike.
100.
He threw a strike to Crabtree, and Crabtree caught it, and one of the defenders for Green Bay was talking smack. Kaepernick came flying down to help out Crabtree and then headbutted one of the linebackers. He was awesome.
Threw a dime to Vernon Davis, a nice little deep route, seam route to Vernon Davis in that game. And remember, the game started, people forget this. He threw a pick six.
Yeah,
and everybody was like, oh, boy, is he ready? Oh, my gosh, he threw a pick six. Oh, no. Then a big third down where he had a big run. He had a big toss to Frank Gore on a big one.
On the sideline.
Yep.
Rocco turned to me on the first drive and said, if he holds on to a couple of these keepers, he's running for 200 today. And I looked at him and was like, you're crazy. And he ran for almost 200 that day.
It was. I got to look up these game logs for Kaepernick.
I also think his Green Bay Frozen Tundra wildcard game the next year was also equally as impressive.
No sleeves on. So he threw
Harbaugh in 18 pairs of khakis?
Yes. So he threw for 263 yards. He was 17 to 31, 263, 2 touchdowns and a pick. 16 carries, 181 yards.
Come on.
And I remember Terry Bradshaw saying after the game, that's some of the best quarterbacking I've ever seen in my life. Terry Bradshaw said that after that game. Some of the best quarterbacking I've ever seen in my life. And then Kaepernick the next week, 233 yards against the Atlanta Falcons, 16 to 21, threw for 300 in the Super Bowl against the Ravens, and also added 62 on the ground. Seattle game, the NFC Championship game we were talking about yesterday. One of the greatest performances, I think, from both teams. It was a body bag game. He threw for 153, had the 2 picks, the one and
the fumble
touchdown.
strip by Michael Bennett. He had
Anthony
a tough
Davis.
game.
But he had 11 carries for 130 yards on the ground.
And that was also the height of the Legion of the Boom. That's what made the Tom Brady performance in the fourth quarter against that version of that secondary so legendary.
How about this, 408 or 480 on the Comcast Business Text line? Steph Curry pointing at his ring finger.
That was pretty
In Game 6 of the third quarter was a badass moment.
that was pretty cool. That was
pointing
pretty
at
cool.
the rings like number 4 is coming.
It's tough to dismiss that.
That's sick.
That's pretty cool.
It's great. Jerry Rice, Super Bowl 23, 11 catches, 215 yards, and a touchdown. We just wanted to go down memory lane because the Warriors are back, and we don't talk enough about Steph's Game 4 performance against the Celtics.
No, we don't. And I'm so excited for this year's Warrior team. I mean, an argument can be made there have been more sexier teams. This might be their best team top to bottom. No, I don't know.
Out of all the championship teams?
Well, I mean, look, we all agree. Draymond, Steph, and Clay probably aren't at the apex of their powers.
Right.
Maybe they're like ticked down a little. But I look at the rest of this roster. I mean, is this the best version of Wiggins?
Top to bottom, maybe their best roster on
Looney
paper.
feels like he's in his prime.
Yeah.
I don't think Moody or Kuminga or Wiseman are near that, but we don't know what they're going to be.
Jordan Poole?
He's still ascending. I think we can say that.
Right.
I don't know where, and I don't know how good he can get or how much better he can get. I don't really
want Iguodala.
Because
well,
the Kevin
Iguodala,
Durant,
Coach Iggy.
Yeah, the Kevin Durant Warriors were top heavy. They were absolutely top
but
heavy.
they lost one game in the playoffs.
Yeah, but they were top heavy though.
No, I
You know what
agree.
I'm saying?
I agree.
It was
but they
about
were
the
still
5.
pretty damn good.
Oh, they were
the 73 win
champions.
team was as good as you can get,
Right.
even though they didn't seal
But
the
I think
deal.
from top to bottom, the talent on this team may be better than the 73 win team. Top to bottom. You know, when you talk about Kuminga, Moody, Wiseman, Poole, Looney, Wiggins, like from top to bottom. And then DiVincenzo, you're bringing him in, a champion from Milwaukee, like top to bottom.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know where this might be one of those teams, but you got to play it out. Like, you got to see where this thing goes. You know, one injury changes everything.
It does. It does.
You know, I'm
Kevin
very
Durant,
excited.
You had KD, Clay, Dre, Steph.
I mean,
Iguodala.
it was box
Livingston.
office.
It was box office.
I mean, it was box office.
But you were top heavy.
Yes.
That bench was not good. Trust me, Shasky. The bench was not good.
I know.
It was not.
I know. Believe me, I remember quite well. I remember McCaw, I think, was starting games in a finals.
Alfonso McKinney.
Alfonso McKinney. God, how could we?
Jordan Bell. Jordan Bell started game 1 in the NBA Finals in 2019 against the Raptors.
The Candle Man?
The Candle Man. And he didn't start again in that series. The Candle Man. Oh, man. Wow. Zaza Pachulia, the catch, too. The catch, too, is a good one.
Oh, are we putting Zaza stepping on Kawhi in the pantheon of great performances?
Don't bring that up in San Antonio.
The Ian Clark game against the Rockets when Steph Curry hurt himself prior. Draymond gets in a tussle with Michael Beasley on the floor and gets that flagrant.
So Montana to Taylor in Mad Bum Game 7 in Kids. I think Mad Bum might be number 1. As much as I love Curry's Game 4, What Bad Bum did,
it's pretty unique.
I don't think we'll ever see something like that again.
I personally am going to go with Curry because of his legacy being so on the line and so much like that. I don't know. Like,
think about what
I'm not
that did
taking
for
anything away from Bumgarner.
Think about what that did for Bumgarner's career.
Oh, it changed his life forever. It's the same thing with Kurt Schilling and Randy Johnson.
Right.
They won that one ring together, essentially, with other players, and it's one of the seminal moments in baseball history. You beat the Yankees in a Game 7 with the Luis Gonzalez walk-off, and both of you guys are coming out of the bullpen?
Yeah. Game 7, on the road, Kauffman Stadium. Giants had no bullets left. I mean, Hudson was shot. PV was shot. Bullpen, shot. Like, you had nothing left. It was like, Bum, save us. Save us.
If we're going all-time playoff performances, I still think somewhere in there you got to go Lincecum's Game 1 against Atlanta.
If we're going all-time playoff performances, then you add in Lincecum.
And the Game 6
add in Clay Thompson.
Yes. I would even go the overtime game against Portland. I'm back with Steph Curry.
Wow.
That was an incredible one.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, come on, man.
That was. Just one more I want to throw in for the record before we get to the injury report.
I swear to God, if you go with some random Giants one from like 2016, I'm going to kill you.
No, I think it's a somewhat under the radar one from 2010. That's Madison Bumgarner in Game 4. We went 8 innings. When they shut down the Rangers, struck out Vlad 3 times.
Yeah, but they were up.
No,
they
corrected his pitching. They corrected his pitching because he had gotten out of whack. Johnny Sanchez was better in the rotation at that time.
No, I'm shutting it down because it's a Giants one. Give me something else, Lupman. Give me a Niners.
That was a great win.
I'm going
to go Jeremy Affeldt. Jeremy Affeldt coming out of the bullpen after Johnny Sanchez hits Chase Utley, and Mark Gardner tells him to stay there, stay in the bullpen, and stay prepared. And he comes out and rolls a 6-4-3 double play, and the Giants win in Philadelphia. And Uribe goes thumbs up.
What about Lincecum in that game?
I mean, that whole night, Game 6 against the Phillies was just intense and legendary.
We ended the Phillies.
Yeah, they were done after that. They were done.
That team was so sick.
Hey, we're done.
They might be done this year, too. Giants, they're on their heels.
Still alive.
Are you guys really doing this?
Hey, you know what I heard? At 9 o'clock, someone's going to come in and go, you don't want to face this Giants team come playoff time.
Mark Willard does that. I will walk out of here. I will walk out of here if he does that. I dare you, Mark. Because part of it is
nobody wants to face this Giants team.
I want him to say that so I can just leave early on a Friday. Start this weekend. Go ahead, Mark. Say it so I can walk out. Please do. Spadoni.
It's time for the injury report.
That really hurts.
Brought to you by Boxer & Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years.
Dave Johnson on YouTube. The Dodgers want to face the Giants in the playoffs. So do the Braves, so do the Mets, so do the Cardinals, and so does the Padres. They would love to face the Giants.
You know who doesn't want to face them?
Who?
The Rockies.
Oh, okay. No, they do not.
Thank you, Rockies.
They do not. All right, injury report. Going back down to Santa Clara. This is not good news. Javon Kinlaw currently questionable.
What?
For Monday Night Football against the Rams. He was sidelined during practice Thursday as he deals with a knee condition, a reoccurring problem for him over the last few seasons. Also questionable, Eric Armstead. Eric Armstead is still questionable with the foot injury after missing last week's game. Head coach Kyle Shanahan said Armstead's condition is improving, and the hope is he will be available for Monday Night Football against the LA Rams. Let's hope those two guys play. They need 99. They need 91. The injury report brought to you by Boxer & Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years. What's coming up on the game? Sponsored by Fremont Bank, full service banking, no compromises. Mark Ibanez, the legend. What is he doing in retirement? We'll ask him coming up next on The Roast.
As you know, sports teams plan well ahead of the next season. If you're thinking of remodeling your home, consider the same strategy. Talk with your designer or builder now about your next project. Golden State Window and Door has new inventory coming online. Milgard, Anderson, and Marvin. See Golden State Window and Door's wide variety of accessories at convenient showrooms across the Bay Area or goldenstatelumber.com. Since 1954, Golden State. When you succeed, we succeed.
Kirby, they're your driveway mechanic. And guess what? They're bringing the shop to you. Brakes and tire replacements, oil changes, and so much more. And here's what I'm going to do today. They just added a Kirby's eco-friendly wash. Barely uses any water, and it's going to make my car look brand new. I'm literally going to have it done the second I walk off this show right now. They're coming to me here at the studio. How cool is that? They use all biodegradable products, and it provides the ultimate shine and protection to both the exterior and the dirty interior of my car, all in the ease of wherever I want it. Could be your driveway. For me, I'm having them come to my work. The ultimate convenience, easy booking, transparent pricing, on-time arrival, service in your driveway, no waiting rooms, no coordinating rides, direct access to the mechanic, friendly, reliable service, no middlemen, no upsells. Get $50 off your first oil change with the code OIL50. That's OIL50. Check out Kirby.com. That's CURBEE.com or call 1-866-KIRBY-1. And here's the thing. When you get one of these $200 gift cards, all right, that's enough for an oil change and an eco-friendly wash. I can't wait to get my car washed.
This is world-renowned handicapper Chris Hodge from TakingVegas.com, and what an offer I have for you for the weekend. We'll start you off on Friday night. San Diego State, Boise State is absolutely free on a recorded hotline at 888-9-WIN-NOW. That's 888-994-6669. Plus, you will receive my 3 free picks for Saturday, which includes a massive 2-team parlay, and we have 3 pro football winners for Sunday. This is all free. It's all on a recorded hotline at 888-9-WIN-NOW, 888-994-6669. That's 888-994-6669. San Diego State, Boise State tonight. 3 free picks for tomorrow. 3 free picks for Sunday. All free. All on a recorded message. 888-9-WIN-NOW. That's 888-994-6669. Call now.
Did you know that most people wait 6 or 7 years before they buy a new TV? That's a lot of time in front of one TV. So why not get one of the best sets for the next 7 years? Like one of the top-rated Samsung, LG, or Sony models. Too expensive? What if you could get up to $1,000 trade-in for your old set? Who would do a stupid deal like this? Right now, at Video Only, you can get big bucks for your old set as a trade-in and a hot price on the new models. Don't be sorry. Check out Video Only.
Paid for by government.com.
Have you heard? A recent stash of 1884 Morgan silver dollar coins has been found. These gorgeous 1884 O silver dollar coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck. Only a limited quantity of these Morgan silver dollar coins are available. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone interested in silver coins. Just call government at 1-800-806-1641 and you are guaranteed a mint condition 1884 O Morgan silver dollar featuring the iconic O mint mark of the New Orleans Mint. But with limited quantity, you must call now. These 1884 O silver coins are still in uncirculated condition. That is 137 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-806-1641. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-806-1641 now to secure your 1884 O Morgan silver dollars before they sell out. That's 1-800-806-1641.
Hey, I'm Ben Kaspick, host of the Locked On Giants podcast, a daily podcast covering your favorite team. The Giants are all in on analytics, and on this show, we talk about the Giants in a way that's data-driven and rational, but also simple, passionate, and accessible to all. We understand sabermetrics, but we also understand what it's like to play this game. Listen to the Locked On Giants podcast every day on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
When you can't stop, there's Vicks VapoRub. Vicks VapoRub sends powerful medicated Vicks vapors right to the source of your... so you can experience cough relief and breathe easier. Generations of families have trusted Vicks VapoRub to help relieve the worst cold symptoms. So next time you have a cough, reach for the Vicks VapoRub. Vicks VapoRub. Cough relieving is believing.
By now,
You know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of craft ice from a new LG refrigerator, cooling your drink to perfection. Making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. Save up to $1,212 on this exclusive LG kitchen package with craft ice at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Offer valid September 29th through October 19th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM at HD1 San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app. It's time to wake up with a nice cup of morning roast.
Oh, yeah.
Featuring Bonte Hill and Joe Shasky.
Well, I'm about that action, boss.
Take it out. This is the morning roast on 95.7 The Game.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Good morning, everybody out there. Happy Friday, a payday Friday / 50 Cent Friday. Good morning to Lubman, Spinoni, Shasky, everybody there at 95.7 The Game. YouTube and Twitch, and of course the Comcast Business Text Line. Good morning, everybody out there getting off their graveyard shifts. If you're at work, what is up? If you're getting ready for work or you're on the roadways listening to us on your car radio, good morning to you. Odyssey app as well. Let's bring in Mark Ibanez, who's been retired for a while now and had this big retirement extravaganza that a lot of people got jealous they didn't get invited to. I did. I'm not jealous at all, but some people were jealous.
Well, no, now that we're here, I didn't know we even got invited, and I feel guilty because I didn't find out till after the fact that I guess you did send an invitation to us.
Invitation to us right here at the station.
Yeah, but I didn't see it. No,
I didn't see it either.
And I feel bad. Mark, I apologize.
Honestly, you know what I think happened? Honestly, I think Guru found the invitation because Guru was beating his chest about being invited, and he wanted to one-up us all here. That's what happened. I truly believe that happened. Lay off.
I think you need to talk to your mailroom person, guys. You know?
That person doesn't exist anymore, Mark.
Yeah,
budget cuts.
Yeah, post-pandemic budget cuts, unfortunately.
Before we start, I got to tell you, you've caught me in an unbelievable mood. I did not see Thursday Night Football last night. You want to know why?
Why is that?
My daughter gave birth to her first child.
Oh,
congratulations.
Give me the applause button, please.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
I'm a grandpa this morning, man.
That is for the first time?
No, first with my daughter.
Got it.
I got two little ones before, but 3 boys, man. I'm almost I'm a third of the way to a baseball team.
Man,
there you go.
2 more. You got to start in 5, man. Go play some hoops.
Well, he's probably going to platoon him like Farhan.
Oh man, you start right in.
Let's not end the interview before it starts.
Still alive.
Do we want to talk
They're
about the
still
Giants?
alive.
Come on.
I like you. I got to ask your permission. You know, can I talk as a fan for a second?
Yeah, that's what I do every day, and people hate me for it.
No, I'm in euphoria, right, about the perfect birth of my grandson and all that. And I'm watching the Giants game. What am I out on an island alone? But the kid hits a grand slam, right? His first major league home run for the Giants last night, and then you pinch hit for him later because the lefty righty thing, the platoon. I mean, I can understand it if they were in a chase for something. And I did watch the post game show where they tried to say the Giants are still alive. But, just being real, I'm a fan now, you guys, So, but, I mean, how can you pinch hit for a kid who just hit a grand slam? I think that's demoralizing, and I think that's carrying out the lefty-righty thing too far in a game that really doesn't mean that much. Come on. What do you think?
I'm with you. I'm with you, Mark. I mean, it makes no sense to me. But that's the story of the Gabe Kapler / Farhan Zaidi Giants, and we'll see what they do this offseason. By the way, a lot of people on YouTube asking if Steiny paid up on the bet. What was the bet, and what is he supposed to pay off?
Well, he was very, very adamant last year. Just the season had just ended for the 49ers, and he said, just Jimmy Garoppolo's gone. He's out of here. No way. He's coming back. It's not happening. So just as adamant as he was, I'm like, whoa. I'm listening on the car radio like anybody else. So I call him up and I go, no, man, you can't just make a definitive statement like that. You don't know what they're thinking. I'm going to bet you right now a case of beer that Jimmy Garoppolo is on the 49ers next year.
So it's your fault. So it's your fault that we're discussing Jimmy Garoppolo again for the sixth. We're in the twilight zone, Mark. So it's all your fault.
There you go. But anyway, he did. People want to know he did pay up. We decided, not to. I'm not a big beer drinker, so we went with a couple of 7 and 7s. We went to Krogan's up in Montclair, and he was happy to pay up. He, didn't even let me touch the bill. So we're all even, man. It's all good. And you just never know in pro sports, right?
No, you don't. Mark, I want your opinion on this. For so many years, you did the point after, breaking down the 49ers. Most of the big wins, it was you, it was Bubba Paris, Fonzie, like the whole squad over there. Like that was part of the religion of 49er football on Sundays that I was birthed into. So I want your perspective on this. It feels like every single day there is drama coming out of the 49ers. It's the kid. It's the coach. It's the assistant leaving. This guy's hurt. That guy's hurt. Jimmy Garoppolo. Oh, my God, did you see what he said when we zoomed in and he's walking off the field? Like, what is that a byproduct of? Is that just the society that we're in right now? Is that the 49ers are so popular that the East Coast has finally realized they can generate a lot of attention and clicks through this? Is this football? Like, what do you make of why there's just so much stuff with the Niners hour to hour?
Well, like most things, it's not just one thing. It's an accumulation, and I think right at the top of the list, you got to say social media, because it's instant gratification.
Yeah.
I can put something out on Twitter or what have you, and all of a sudden, I've started a little fire, right? And back in the day, for instance, the Steve Young, Joe Montana controversy, quarterback quandary, whatever you want to call it, was a lot more intense because there was acrimonious feelings there. I don't get the sense that with, Trey Lance obviously hurt now, but the Jimmy Garoppolo thing, maybe a mild annoyance. But if there had been Twitter and all the avenues of communication out back then, it would have really turned into something big, because there was some harsh feelings there. There was some harsh feelings toward Bill Walsh. By a lot, everybody looks back at Bill as the genius and the architect of all these championships and all that. But people were really ticked off at him for even thinking about replacing Joe Montana. The nerve of this guy to come in and think he can bring in Steve Young, and then, Joe didn't appreciate it. And I think it's just the society we're in now because of the instantaneous ability to respond to anything. And I think we're all hungry for it, because sports talk radio in those days, for instance, was not even a full-time thing.
No.
There was no full-time 24/7 sports talk radio broadcast outlet in the Bay, and now there are there's only one that I know of, and that's you guys. But
Mark, can I ask you about Walsh here? A two-parter on this one. And the first part, how would he have viewed what happened with Trey Lance? Just how he was being utilized. Not that he just went down because of the injury, but like the depth of how he's been used, the development, all of that, and kind of the situation that they've put him in, the incubator. And was Walsh considered, quote unquote, arrogant during his time? Because I'm hearing a lot of people kind of point that word at Kyle Shanahan, and I'm just curious how was Bill viewed, I guess, back then?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. The thing about it is that, one of my buddies kind of put it in context. He said, designing all these running plays for Trey Lance is like entering a Lamborghini into one of those Rock'em Sock'em crash events, the car, what do they call them?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Derby, one of those crash derbies.
Yeah, roller derby.
Yeah.
Come to the Cow Palace on Tuesday and see Road Warrior.
Yeah, and they have them for cars, on Friday nights at the fair where they blast each other. But, I think that Bill Walsh had a certain arrogance about him. But the thing was, he was smooth. He was a lot smoother. You had a feeling that this is a guy of extreme intelligence that is well-versed in other areas. He was more of a Renaissance man. He was well-read. He was a history buff. He was well-educated and erudite, and he carried that with him. Whereas Kyle Shanahan, for lack of a better term, seems like a football brat who grew up, on third base, and he thought he hit a triple. You know what I mean? It's like, you were kind of in that era, in that environment from the time you were a little kid. And Bill Walsh, I think, had that feeling of, I'll tell you what started the arrogant talk about Bill Walsh was when he came out with that statement that basically it's better to get rid of players a year early than a year too late. And a lot of people took offense at that. And I know for a fact in talking to a lot of the players, I mean, in hindsight, revisionist history, we look back and you think, everything was rosy, everything was great, all the players loved him. And that's not the way it was. A lot of those players, I'm not going to mention names, but man, you got a lot closer to players back then and formed relationships with them, and they would tell you if they trusted you off the record. And I can tell you, all is rosy now in hindsight, but there were some very upset players who did not like that idea of being treated like robots. Like, get rid of them a year early before, the crank starts breaking,
No doubt.
But I think there was a sense that Bill kind of earned his lofty status as a genius.
Do you think Shanahan has? You think Kyle Shanahan has, Mark? As we're talking to Mark Ibanez, longtime television anchor for KTVU Channel 2 here on the Morning Roast. He's a grandpa again. Baby girl had a child last night, so we're happy about that. Grandpa times 3. But how do you think? What do you think about that, Mark? And then like the players running to the columnist and Michael Silver saying, Jimmy gives us a better chance to win. Like that to me was tacky about this entire situation.
Yeah, well, there's so many things about this that have made it untenable, and it could get uglier if this season unravels. But I think what we're learning this year, and what's cool about retirement, guys, is I'm looking at it a lot differently. Like if I don't like the way the game's going or whatever, the Giants would have you, I can turn it off, right? I don't have to remember everybody's name, and I don't have to try to think of something clever, and I'm seeing it kind of from a different viewfinder, if you will. And what I'm really seeing about the 49ers, I could go on and on about the Giants because, that's where my heart is on baseball. But what I'm seeing is some cracks in the armor of Kyle Shanahan. And I never, from the get-go, bought into throwing that word genius around, offensive genius. He's a mastermind play caller. And I don't think he's earned that in any way, shape, or form. And what I started noticing in that game, what really struck me about that horrible Denver game is Niners get off to a nice start, but there doesn't seem to be a killer instinct with this team and Shanahan's coaching philosophy offensively to really put the hammer down on people. Like, when's the last time the 49ers won a game under Shanahan 41-3?
Right.
It's
been like since you got to go like 2019 when they beat up on the Panthers and the Browns. Yeah. And I saw a killer instinct there. Green Bay on Sunday Night Football, 37-8. We saw the killer instinct. Where did it go?
Yeah, I'm not feeling that. And I think Shanahan, when he gets any kind of a lead, he gets way too conservative, and they actually play better from behind offensively because there just seems to be less of reining things in. And if you notice carefully, if you listen to Jimmy Garoppolo carefully after that first game, when he came in unexpectedly, he said, it felt good to cut it loose a little bit. It was free and easy. They weren't being dictated to by the constraints of the playbook that Shanahan has. Did you guys get the feeling he was ad-libbing a little more and slinging it?
He was. But then, you know what, Mark? it falls on deaf ears when he goes out there and have the performance like he did on Sunday night, like running out of the back of the end zone for
Mark,
the pick 8.
I've never seen that. Like, what was that? First, the play call, like from the one, let's throw a screen, and then Jimmy, like, and the worst thing, Trent goes down for, I don't know, a month, okay, on that play. They threw a pick 6. The safety was like the third, like it wasn't even that bad in comparison to the other two outcomes.
No, and what blew me away about that play was field awareness.
Thank you,
quarterback. I've just never seen a quarterback, and that wasn't even close. Like you could see if half a cleat was on the end line.
Planted both feet and tried to throw a dive, and he ends up throwing a pick 6. They're like, dear God, blow the play dead.
Yeah, and intuitively, how they always say the great quarterbacks can kind of feel the rush.
Yeah.
They know when. You got to be able to feel where you are in the end zone. That blew me away.
Yeah.
But I'm a little frustrated with the way Shanahan operates, and things that I don't understand are like how everybody just jumps to this conclusion, like, oh, hey, they're playing the Rams. Remember last year when they got off to a bad start and they played the Rams and they lit it up on national TV and they turned their season around? Like that has anything to do with now?
Yeah,
thank you, Mark. Gosh,
Mark,
this is gospel.
It is, and I love hearing from you, Mark Ibanez, the legend. I mean, you got to sit down with us and break bread more often. But I'm looking at this. We were talking about Steph Curry because the Warriors played this morning in Japan. And I remember a time when the 49ers went to Japan to play in NFL games in the early 90s.
I was there. One of the top 10 highlights of my broadcast career.
Yeah.
He played the Broncos, right?
Yeah, incredible. Yeah. So I'm talking about Steph Curry, and I was selling Bonte, and I said this after that game, and I'm going to say it probably till my dying breath. It's one of the greatest individual games I've ever seen, given the magnitude of the moment. Game 4 last year in Boston, Steph Curry, 43 points, just incredible. Ties up the series. Felt like it changed everything. If we put Bumgarner's Game 7, Steph Curry's Game 4, like what are we missing here in terms of the things you've seen as a lifelong Bay Area resident? What are these seminal individual performances in these championship environments that you got to put up in this short list? Are those two guys on that list, and are there any that we maybe haven't thought of?
Holy mackerel, man! That's a tough one to throw my way.
I'm sorry,
but no, that's okay. But certainly that, and I remember being a teenager when Rick Barry stood up.
There you go, 75.
Good call.
That predates.
Let's do this, Mark. I'm gonna steal this from Jay LaFrey on our YouTube page. Let's go.
Okay.
Mark Ibanez pre-mustache, greatest performance in championship Bay Area sports history, and then post-mustache. Mark Ibanez pre-mustache and post-mustache, because you were a legend with the stash or without it. You're still legendary.
Oh man, for me, growing up as a 49er fan as a kid, you can't get around what Joe Montana did, because he completely changed the psyche of the Bay Area when it came to football. 49ers had fervent fans, but it was always kind of like, it's fun to watch them, and they're never going to win a Super Bowl. And I witnessed in the early stages of my career him, and Ronnie Lott just almost single-handedly changing the way we viewed our team. Like, hey, we can actually win. I don't think, in that Dallas Cowboy, the famous Dwight Clark game, I don't think anybody honestly, deep down, thought we were going to win that game. The 49ers were going to win that game, because the Cowboys had doused our dreams so many times. So to me, when I look back over the course of those 43, 45 years, whatever, it's really Joe Montana at the core changing it, and for the 49ers, because all of a sudden we viewed ourselves as winners and not this poor little team that was, always going to lose to, the Dallas Cowboys or, teams back east. So what he did, with the Super Bowls, never threw an interception in a Super Bowl, those kinds of things, can't be calculated, though, with statistics, because of the fact that, what he did was just change the overall psychological just the psyche of the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And they used to say at Channel 2, like, you could put up a full screen of the 49ers logo during the 80s and it would draw a rating. I mean, hey, the 49ers logo's on TV. Let's watch it. Or they didn't have open houses on Sunday. Those kinds of things. And I think before the Giants actually won a World Series, it was kind of similar attitude about the Giants, like fun to watch, very passionate fans and all of that. But, are we ever going to win a World Series? We never thought, wow, in my lifetime, did I think the Giants were going to win a World Series?
Now we're there with the Warriors.
Well, that's why I hold Lincecum in such high regard, because of how he did change the culture. And that's why I hold Steph Curry in such high regard, the same way that you're talking about Montana.
It. Yeah, that is exactly it. You are seeing what is basically the same phenomenon with Steph Curry that Joe Montana did. So you guys get it, because with the Warriors, it was always like, look how excited we got with the team that the Baron Davis team. They didn't even make it past the second round, but we look back on it like it was a legendary team. Well, Steph Curry took the baton and went to the next level, and I don't think obviously years and years and years from now he'll always be viewed as the guy who helped turn the Warriors into this massive global team that is so popular everywhere. So it's pretty cool to have witnessed basically three layers of that. Montana, you could say Lincecum, you could throw in Buster Posey to me.
Yep.
Which I don't know how you guys feel, but I think he'll be a much needed and important addition to that ownership group. And I'm glad he's on the board of six that'll be helping to make these decisions, because I think that team they need some input from somebody who's played recently and isn't sitting behind a computer screen measuring statistics and playing fantasy baseball with real people's lives.
Analytics.
I love you, Mark.
Analytics, Mark, with the walk-off. Hey, next time we see you, you'll probably be sitting on the 50-yard line at a Niners game or courtside at a finals game. I mean, you're sitting next to A-Rod and Joe Lacob, and I knew then that I couldn't touch you. I was like, hey, Mark, how you doing? And you didn't return my text for like 3 weeks. I was like, well, that's Mark Ibanez.
Get out of here. And so you retaliate by not coming to my retirement.
Oh, my God. Hey, here's what I want to know.
Yeah, we went on strike
did
for that
Guru
one.
say goodbye when he left, or did he just do the Irish goodbye thing?
And one more. There's some people who think, and David Bruce is going to hate me for saying this, but some people think David invited himself.
What?
No.
That's what the streets are saying. No, we're kidding,
That's
David.
not fair.
We're kidding, David.
I'm going to get a
Kidding.
Damon text in like 6 seconds.
Yeah, no, he's going to rip me on his show. I know it. It's coming.
That is not right, but it was a great time, and I know you guys both had reasons for not being there, but it's all good, because I'll have another one. I'll have a year anniversary retirement.
We will be there. We will be there.
Don't be a stranger. We miss you, man. I miss hearing your voice.
We love fan Mark Ibanez. The streets love it. YouTube's going crazy. They love this Mark Ibanez.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you guys for giving the old guy a chance to get back on the airwave. It's been great. And I tell you what, the best thing about retirement is what I told you guys, just being able to watch again from a fan point of view. You see a different version of it, and it really kind of reignites your love for sports, why you got into it in the first place. And,
there it is.
It's been cool for me. Definitely.
Congratulations, Grandpa.
Yep. Congratulations,
Thank you,
Mark.
guys.
Much blessings
We'll
to
do
you
it
and your
again soon.
family.
We got to do this once a month,
Miss
man.
ya.
Once a month, we'll have to do it.
Appreciate you having me on, guys. You have a good
Anytime.
one.
It's my idol right there.
Mark Ibanez.
I knew that like one night I was working late nights and I got a text message from him and I didn't even know who he was. And I was like, God damn, Mark Ibanez is texting me. Like ear to ear smile. He's been a great person to me behind the scenes. Love
he's
Mark.
Awesome. He's awesome. He's awesome. Mark Ibanez, man.
God, I love that guy.
We got to recap some of the things he said. He went in on Shanahan. He's been saying things I've been saying for 3 years, but y'all think I hate Shanahan. Y'all think I don't like Shanahan.
I can hear dibs right now. Bonte got a confirmation sensation right there.
Ooh, look at you. That's a 4. That's a 4. That's a 4. Oh, we got a break. Love, it's going crazy. Don't forget, Warriors preseason replay, 6 p.m. right after Damon and Ratto on 95.7 The Game in case you missed a game this morning. And don't forget, Monday, 95.7 The Game will be live from the Hilton Hotel in Santa Clara. Willard and Dibbs from 9 to 12. Steiny and Guru from 12 to 3. Damon and Ratto, I think they'll be 3 to 6, but they may dip a little early for the Monday night kickoff at 5:15. They'll all be down there during the day and get you ready for Monday Night Football between the Rams and the Niners. Now what's coming up? Brought to you by Fremont Bank, full service banking. No compromises. Your phone calls, 888-957-9570. React. The Mark Ibanez on 95.7 The Game.
Everything, our farm, our stand, our pop-up shop, it really all started when we discovered the benefits of local, raw honey for our family.
And then we decided to turn it into a business.
We were looking for something to help us get up and running.
So we got the Chase Business Complete Banking Account.
It's more than a bank account. It comes with Quick Accept, which lets us take card payments anytime, anywhere in the U.S. using the Chase mobile app. Plus, we get same-day deposits at no extra cost. For us, it's more than honey. It's about sharing a little sweetness with the world.
Get the Chase Business Complete Banking Account with the essentials you need to help get your business going. Learn more at chase.com/business-complete-banking. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Quick Accept is not available in U.S. territories. Enrollment required. Usage subject to approval. Same-day deposits available for payments before 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday to Friday. Fees and rates apply for checking and processing. Limitations and restrictions apply. Participants compensated. Merchant services provided by Payment Tech LLC and WePay Inc. Subsidiaries of J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online. And it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Does your heart long to wander? To encounter colorful creatures from the deep blue sea? And amazing animals from the Amazon and beyond? Feed your wild heart. Travel the world right here in San Francisco. Make your reservation to the California Academy of Sciences at calacademy.org. See rare specimens, ancient fossils, and more at our new exhibit, Hidden Wonders.
95.7 The Game is an equal opportunity employer, and we encourage local community organizations to refer qualified applicants to us. You can receive The Game and Odyssey job vacancy information by contacting Human Resources at 415-765-4011 or by emailing sfhr@odyssey.com.
Can I get the sales projections for the Springfield, Bristol, and Fairview stores?
Val's Froyo Palace is dishing out 3 more locations.
Jody, have you lined up interviews?
They need 3 new store managers before they have a meltdown.
And remember, they need at least 5 years experience.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Is your old bulk tank water heater dying? That's a good thing, because now you have the perfect excuse to get that Navien tankless water heater. Hot water as much as you need, only when you need it. Your old tank hot water heater kept pouring your money into itself. A Navien only heats water when you need it heated. Rest of the time, you're just saving the bucks. Put new life into your hot water. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com today and check out Navien's strong warranty too. Water, heat it only when you need it with Navien.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Bianna's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
In San Francisco this morning, partly cloudy skies, highs in the upper 60s.
Weather brought to you by Ashley Furniture. Your neighborhood Ashley store has all the styles, selection, and value you'll need to invite fall in this season. Find furniture you'll love by shopping locally or visit ashley.com today.
Score big with Xfinity Internet. It's made to do anything, so you can do anything. Supercharge your home with the game-changing speed of supersonic Wi-Fi. With 3 times more bandwidth, it covers the field and then some. And blocks billions of threats with advanced security that helps keep you protected at home and on the go. If you're keeping score, that's internet that does it all. That's unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Restrictions apply, not available in all areas.
Hockey season is here, and 95.7 The Game has your shot at tickets to check out the San Jose Sharks in their home opener against Carolina on October 14th. Listen to Willard and Dibbs around 10:30 for your chance to win.
What's going on, Roasters? It's Brian Baldinger with the NFL Network, and you're listening to the Morning Roast with Bonte and Shasky on 95.7 The Game.
I'm seeing here that Baldy's going to be on at 10:30, or is it 10 o'clock? I'm seeing, but whatever. 10 o'clock, 10:30. What the hell is Baldy doing on with Willard and Dibbs? I thought that was our guy.
Yeah, isn't Rich Ornberger their guy?
Yeah, we don't get the double dip with their guests.
The station's guys.
Michael Silver doesn't come on our show. Although I don't think he would. What's up with that? Double dipping? We can double dip guests now? Is that what's happening around here?
Hey, are you doing any Friday night football games tonight? High school? Because I want to give a quick shout out.
To who?
Well, it looks like SI plays against St. Francis under the lights tonight.
In the Sunset?
I think so.
Ooh.
Going to be a battle.
Ooh.
I might have to make my way down there.
Yeah, you should go to a high school game. You always talk about it, but you never be about it.
I'm stuck in that CYO life, yo.
Come on, man. You got to get out there.
And my heel is killing me from back-to-back nights of softball.
Bruce Mahoney. What's happening now? Did I say something to tick off Willard? Must be a day that ends with the letter Y.
Mark walked into the studio. He probably wants it from both of us today.
Yeah, no. He's coming in hot.
Yeah, he is. He got a foul ball last night.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Look at him. He got lucky.
I know.
He talked about it. He spoke
Well, I wish he would have given it to his girlfriend. I saw that he went to the game with her. He should have given it to the woman.
How long have they been dating?
It doesn't matter.
I mean, it does matter.
It's the nice guy move.
No, it's got to be, if it's 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 2 months, 3 months. How long had it?
I mean, he's been a Giants fan for what, 40 plus years now? That's my ball. I'm not giving it to Jade or whoever.
Oh,
please.
Exactly.
My favorite was that
Benny?
video. That video of that Chicago Bear fan. You know, I've only known you 6 months. I've known my team for 22 years. It's like my favorite line of all time. By the way, I don't know if you know this. We're getting personal texts right now, Bonte, as you ripped Damon Bruce.
I didn't rip him. It was a jokey joke. Because I know he's the man.
Well, tell, if people weren't listening,
Okay,
explain
so
the joke.
I said, since Guru was complaining, did Damon invite himself? And we all laughed it off. David invited himself. Better get that corrected. My name rings like a bell in these streets. David Bruce is a legend. Of course David Bruce is getting invited. There's just no doubt. He's on the melody
like
list.
a bell in the streets. I haven't heard that in so long. That's such a good call.
Come on.
I was listening to Damon and Rattle yesterday.
That. Bring Michael Irvin in the AM then. If Baldy can go on Willard and Dibbs, we want Michael Irvin. We want Steve Kerr. We want Fitz.
Hey,
we want Ross
can I ask you a
Tucker. I
question?
want everybody's guest.
Has your opinion on someone who you hated when they played changed more dramatically than Michael Irvin?
So I was thinking about this last night.
Because I hated him when he played, and I love him.
So I was thinking about this last night.
Oh,
I was thinking about this last night. Not only do I love him,
I love him.
But it's also Troy Aikman.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I couldn't stand Troy Aikman.
But Troy was like the fourth guy I hated on that list of guys.
I still hated him. I still hated him. He wore number 8. Young wore number 8.
I hated Novacek more than Aikman.
Yeah. Man, I couldn't stand Troy Aikman. And now I love him.
Well, he's great.
I want him on all the big games.
He's great. But my point is, like, Michael Irvin, I legitimately love Michael Irvin. Richard Sherman is someone who I saw up on there on that Amazon broadcast. I couldn't stand him when he was a Seahawk. Love him now.
Playmakers, appointment radio, appointment television.
He's the best.
He had no glasses on the other day, and he was like squinting on set. It was the most hilarious thing. And he's always sweating. You can hear him sweating through the microphone when he's talking to David Arado. D, let me just say, I love the playmaker, man.
I do too.
I got to interview him once, and he shook my hand, gave me the daps, dude. I was like, this is the playmaker.
Did you tell him you're a Knoll?
Oh, I told him, I said, man, I told him right off the rip, I couldn't stand you as a player. And he was just laughing, and he shook my head. I said, I couldn't stand you, but now I can't get enough of you, man. Playmaker.
Wasn't he number 46 in college?
47.
47.
The war number 47.
And you would have jersey identified him.
Oh, I would have said he was trash.
Yeah. You're prejudiced towards certain numbers.
But in college, they give anybody anything.
What do you think? He's the playmaker.
Yeah, I know. The U was stacked. I'm sure 88 was taken. 9 was taken. Probably had 3 different number 9s on those U teams. That's how stacked they were.
Giants still alive?
I'd rather talk to Miguelito in the city. Miguelito, what's happening? You're on the morning roast on 95.7 The Game.
Hello, fellas. Belated birthday. Happy birthday to you from last week, but things happened.
Oh, thank you.
I was just calling
2 weeks ago, but it's all good.
Who's counting?
I called last year about a name change for Levi Stadium. I don't know if you remember it, but you guys, you and Chasky didn't seem too happy about it, but I recommended calling it the Cradle and having the Van Halen song, The Cradle Will Rock, as a theme song for the park. I know it's an old song, but it still rocks.
That's not a bad one, actually. I like the Shark Tank. Like, I think that's cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like that.
So what's Levi's?
So, like, the Eagle's Nest, for, like, the Eagles.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's cool. No? Am I tripping?
No, it is. No, I love the names. I'm just stuck on Levi's. Like, what would you call it? The big jeans? Oversized jeans? Small jeans? Tight jeans? Skinny jeans? I don't know.
Work from home. Representing the startups that are out there.
Well, the empty seats. There's a lot of people.
Home.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of people are watching from home at the time.
You like that, didn't you?
A lot of red seats. Instead of working from home, you can watch from home. Dude, I don't know what you could call it, man.
Everybody told me for years, you'll never be able to build in San Francisco. There's no room. You'll never be able to come back.
And Joe Lacob said, hold my beer.
Well, I mean,
watch this.
I'm down here every day. You're down here every day.
Right.
There's plenty of room to build. You can knock down all of these empty condos and all of these empty office spaces and build right on the water yesterday. Like, money talks. Come on.
Oh, the streets are also talking.
What's that?
That may have been your best joke ever.
Really?
Working from home?
Yeah.
No, we're watching from
they're
home.
in Silicon Valley, I thought it was
Levi's will watch from home. Because if you don't win this game, it gets the Reds.
And the sad thing is I'll be the idiot who's stuck in traffic going to and fro.
We all will. Damn it.
Here's a good one. UV 100 because you're sitting in the sun and it's nuts.
Yeah, the sun seats. I would never sit there again. What a done there. Coach Buck. What is up, Coach Buck?
Oh, Coach Buck.
Said, tell Joe that his fellow Crusaders is watching his ass. He bet not go to a random-ass St. Ignatius, St. Francis game.
Look, my cousin has switched allegiances from Sacred Heart to Reardon, all right? I've got family at every single school.
Yeah.
My wife went to SI. I've got love for SI. I've got a niece there right now, all right? So sue me, all right? I root for the women's program. Listen, what can I say? I'm unabashed. I'm going to root for my family.
I got love for all the high schools.
Yeah.
Levi's the only outdoor tanning salon.
Oh, I like that one. I'm like Snoop Dogg. I'm like the Gaylord Perry of WCAL. I'll root for everyone.
Yeah, I do too. I'll go to the Bruce Mahoney.
That's what I'm saying.
Sacred Heart and SI. A lot of
They just had the
family over
volleyball one, I think,
there.
recently.
Coach Evans. What's up, Coach Evans? Who you guys got? Washington High School. What's going on up there? I need my high school list. I need my high school rankings. High school schedule.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. We've got a nice weekend of sports ahead of us. The Giants doubleheader for the Phillies today, so we could find out if the Phillies lose both of them.
Oh my God!
By the way, if the Giants are tied with the Brewers and the Phillies on the last day of the year,
don't do this.
Giants have the head-to-head.
Don't do this. Logan Webb's pitching 5 innings. They're shutting him down like his season's over. Don't do this. Just You know what?
But they're alive. Like Guru said, the math checks out. So as long as the math's there,
this is what I'm going to do.
I'm like that little cat hanging on the dry cleaning or whatever they call it. You know, where he say, just hang in there. And he's got one little claw.
Yeah.
You know, on
I promise you this. I promise you this. Tonight, I will watch the Giants Diamondbacks game.
Well, don't, because when you haven't been watching, they've been winning. They're 9-1 over the last 10.
I'm going to watch so I can root for them to lose for the first time in my life. I want the Giants to lose today so we can stop all this. Hey, they've got a shot to make the playoffs. I just need this season to be
it was entertaining till the last week of the year.
Oh, my gosh.
I wish they would have went to some of these bullpen arms like 2 weeks earlier than they did. Like, it is frustrating. And I'm not here pretending like the Giants are some special team or whatever, but like, they're in the mix, and this is what you want your team to do. Like, through everything, I thought they were going to quit on Kapler a month ago. They didn't, and I think it's a credit to him. No,
they're playing for contracts. Some of these guys are playing for positioning.
Both can be true.
Yeah.
Both can be true.
So Kapler's probably going to be back, huh?
Yeah, why wouldn't he be?
Farhan.
If Farhan's coming back, Kapler's coming back. Why wouldn't they?
I'm just asking.
You
Just
know?
asking the question.
It's a big offseason.
It's a huge offseason.
I mean, they got to pray for a Yankee dismantling.
How about that preseason game last night or this morning?
What,
James
Warriors?
Wiseman.
How
excited are you about James Wiseman?
Well, I was just on Instagram. People are sending me highlights.
Yeah.
Our boy Adam.
Yeah, Adam.
And I'm just looking at nothing but just yams in people's faces.
He has 5 dunks today. 5 dunks.
He looks so much more aggressive.
5 dunks. He knows where to roll. He's playing defense. Yeah, like, did you see the ESPN graphic? Who is this? So I posted it yesterday. I couldn't believe it. I stole it from somebody and posted it as my own. Of course, I didn't give any credit. Sorry. ESPN, according to Kevin Pelton.
Don't know who that is. Yeah.
Don't know who he is. Sounds like an analytics geek.
That's just an unbelievable drive-by, just shooting into a crowd.
Well,
you don't even know who that guy is.
Yeah, well, we won't know who he is. He's probably going to get fired from his job for posting this. Stats-based projections.
Uh-oh.
They have the Warriors winning 42 games.
What do we think?
And finishing 8th in the West.
Didn't we learn from 538? They don't really know what they're talking about.
8th in the West on a team that's adding James Wiseman.
I thought the Warriors had a 13% chance of winning the finals.
Well, yeah. 41. Come on.
Well, and this team's not even a regular season team. Like, what are we doing? Like, really, what are we doing?
And then get the 8th seed and still probably run the table through the playoffs. So, you know.
But like after last year, disrespecting Steph Curry and this organization, look, it's fair to like, hey, you know, I'm skeptical on the Warriors. That's fine. To dismiss them,
to say, hey, they're going to be the 8th seed this year, coming off the championship.
Again, I've said this to you.
They lost Gary Payton II.
Bonte.
Nice little loss. They lost Otto Porter Jr. And they lost Bielitsa.
But this is the part that bugs me. Why did we give the Spurs, BOD, benefit of the doubt for 2.5 decades? And yet we can't give the Warriors, while their best player is still in his prime, okay? Why can't we give them a little BOD?
I don't know.
Benefit of the doubt.
Ask Kevin Pelton.
But why?
Who's Kevin Pelton?
Like the Patriots.
Can we get Kevin Pelton on the show?
People still think like, oh, maybe Hoyer gets a little magic Belichick dust sprinkled on him. No, Matt Patricia's is offensive coordinator.
And Joe Judge is there coaching up the quarterbacks.
But don't we still give Belichick the benefit of the doubt? And he's earned that. I'm not trying to take it away from him.
Well, maybe Kevin Pelton's up to something because Jordan Poole did go 1 of 10 from the floor. Curry was 1 of 7.
Are you really reciting preseason Japanese
Wiggins
games?
was 1 of 8.
Japan games?
1 of 8. Louis was 2 of 7.
Stop this.
So maybe Kevin Pelton is on to something.
Stop this. The all 22 is telling me that Jordan Poole's jump shot's just not there.
You see, Steve, you're right on it. 538 missed the parade a few months ago. So did Kevin Pelton.
Yeah. Did they project the parade route? What was the parade route projections?
Kevin Pelton. Let's go to JW in the city. He's watching this on YouTube. What's up, JW?
Shout out to my son, man. 6'shoe quarterback. He's been doing his thing as of lately, man. I'm just wishing the best.
What team?
I'm a proud dad, man. Go dad.
What team?
Vallejo Jags.
Nice.
Vallejo Jags.
Nice.
Okay, who do you guys got this weekend?
The VALLEJO.
We got Bay Area Gators. You know, I'm a San Francisco guy. But
the Bay Area Gators.
I got him playing out here.
Yeah, they're playing at McAteer. So you're in the league with the DC Stars.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, we showed them. We showed them what's up. They know what's up with my son, number 2.
Oh, the DC Stars, you guys beat them?
Yeah, it was tie game.
Okay, all right. Because I got my son, my nephew there, number 10, Fat Man, playing for the DC Stars.
Yeah. What age group?
6 and unders. 6 and unders.
Oh, yeah, they play. We played them. Yeah, with her. He's the coach over there. I'm the coach over there too for my son.
I like it.
Look at that. I like it. Okay, Vallejo Jags.
It's just a good. It's just a good feeling being a father and just being there and watching them grow from just a little baby to a little young man, and it's just he out there just having fun, and it just makes me a proud father because I didn't have a father growing up, and now that I'm a father and I'm doing what's right for my son, just being a good role model. That shit gets so emotional, man. But I wish him the best, man.
That's awesome.
No,
that
awesome,
really
JW.
touched my heart.
That is awesome right there. Salute to all the fathers out there doing it. Dadsby's
and
out
the
there
moms.
doing it. And I was getting there. I'll never forget about the ladies.
The moms who act like fathers.
Important.
You know,
they're the most important.
And grandpas and grandmas and
the ladies
uncles
get their
and
love.
aunties.
The ladies are coaching now. They're doing everything.
As they should.
Yeah, no doubt. The ladies get all the love in the world. Everybody gets love here on the Morning Roast. ELE. Everybody love everybody.
I've never heard that one.
Jackie Moon, baby.
Oh.
ELE. Everybody love everybody.
Oh, that's right.
ELE. Semi-pro.
I forgot
That's
about
something
that.
you didn't know? You're the movie expert on the show.
It went right over my head.
Wow.
I thought it was a rap lyric, and I was like, what?
Ding, ding, ding.
That's one of the Will Ferrell movies I do kind of skip by, though, because there was just so many in that era. Like Wedding Crashers. You got, what is it? Step Brothers. Talladega Nights. There's so many.
Yeah.
Talladega Nights.
Not
I felt
Land
like
of the
was his
Lost,
peak.
Sam Loveman. Not
Land of the Lost? Are you
Land
kidding
of the
me?
Lost, come on. Starsky and Hutch is underrated, man.
Oh, it's good, but the original was better.
Yeah, but I do love me some,
You didn't see the original.
I didn't see the original. I didn't see the original. I saw Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson. That's all I needed. And Ben Stiller played with that book of sugar. And it was old, baby.
Oh, Vince Vaughn was so good as a villain in that one, too.
Oh, he was so good. The bar mitzvah, remember that?
Oh, dude. Oh,
But
man.
Will Ferrell talking about your belly button looks like a bowl of oatmeal. I mean, it was just wild. That show, the cop.
Got a
the
little brown
lieutenant.
sugar on mine.
Yeah, got a little brown sugar on mine. All right, we got Miguelito. Miguelito wanted a name change for Levi's out of nowhere.
All right.
I mean, just out of nowhere. Work from home stadium. Boy, I got to
By the
tell
way,
you.
can we
Hey,
just-
hold on. No, real quick,
Yeah.
Sasky. I'll tell you. The Niners, there better be at least 4-4 before the bye week. Because I guess people will go see Brady and they'll go see the Dolphins and Mike McDaniel and Tyreek Hill
And
them.
Mahomes.
And Mahomes. Boy, what is that stadium going to look like if they don't win this game on Monday? Oh, my Lord.
Pitchforks.
Oh, my Lord.
Can I just, for 1 second, let's get a real sports opinion in here for just a minute.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, no, it's not. I'm not disrespect. When I saw the Kinlaw news that you referenced earlier today, the knee,
boy.
all right, I remember distinctively, and I'm not trying to do a victory lap, but I'm just talking about value. We have screamed to the high heavens about, oh my God, they've moved so much for the quarterback. We all agree. Quarterback is important. That's not it's like so surface level, right? It's like, duh, quarterback's important. Playmakers are important, all those things. And we know that you win in the trenches. For the life of me, philosophically, I will never embrace paying a defensive tackle who doesn't get double-digit sacks from the interior, $20 million a year, and selecting a guy 13th overall when you're going to rotate the two middle guys on the inside. It is just horrible bang for the buck when it comes to how they've allocated some of their funds on the interior of the O-line.
I don't know if I agree with that necessarily with the drafting. I don't mind drafting a defensive lineman in the top 15.
A number 6 overall guy who was a 3-down player.
This is what I'm saying. Let me finish. I don't mind taking a defensive lineman in the first round. What is puzzling is when you trade a defensive tackle and you give the number that defensive tackle wore to the next first round pick. That puts unnecessary pressure on Javon Kinlaw.
Agreed.
Right off the rip, it's like, oh wait, you're wearing 99. You've got to be Buckner from day one. You've got to be Buckner from day one. That's not fair. Number 2,
I agree with that.
Number 2, we all agree the Armstead contract befuddled us all. We're sitting here. Wait, you're going to pay Armstead? How about you let him play another year?
Well, franchise tag.
Yeah.
Yes.
You franchise tag Armstead and you let
Which is
Buckner
what
play out his contract.
We did a video that day.
Right.
And remember, I said that to you, and you're like, that's a great point. Why don't they use the franchise tag?
They don't. I would have used it on Lincoln Tomlinson this year.
Exactly.
They didn't do that. But everybody's so worried about whether or not he'd be the top 10 offensive paid line. Who cares?
Who cares?
Protect your assets.
Exactly. And keep them for one more year and say, do it again.
Yep.
You know? And so I look at this and I know we're like screaming to the high heavens, this running back and this number 2 pick and this number 1 pick. And just look, and I get it. Like, I like having edge rushers that sack the quarterback. We all do. But think of how much production they found in late rounds from the D tackle spots. Contavious Street, DJ Jones, Givens. We look at this guy, Ridgeway. I never even heard of Ridgeway.
Ridgeway's a good player.
I mean, he looks solid.
Good player.
You know what I'm saying? So, when they allocated the 13th overall pick, the way I look at it, if you're going to take that guy at a D tackle, 13th overall, he better be a 3-down lineman, right? That's why I'm looking at him like, I wanted an offensive lineman. I wanted a weapon. One of those two things. And they went D tackle when I don't think anybody was jumping up to go get him. And now he's got the knee problem. And look, he may end up being a decent player, but it feels like today they've misappropriated some of their funds when it comes to how much they paid. And then they moved Armstead to the outside in 2019. Everybody fell for it. And you and I knew, he's an interior player.
He's an inside player.
He's an inside. And that's not, he's a good player. But it's the same thing
they did with Sullivan Thomas. They drafted Sullivan Thomas and didn't know where to play him. Where is he? Is he an inside guy or an outside guy? Well, he's a rotational guy who's not a starting player.
Exactly.
He's not a guy.
And that guy, you took 3 overall.
And you took him at 3 overall. But then you look at the second-round picks. You look at their second-round picks. Dante Pettis, right?
He's had more impact with the Bears in that one play than he did on the Niners.
All right. Third-round pick, 2019.
Actually, he has had more impact on TikTok than he has on an NFL field.
I mean, you get Jalen Hurd, third round. And then next year.
We had the one Dallas game that will
live. And the one preseason game where he put into football, and I went crazy.
It'll live.
And we'd never seen him on the field ever again.
No.
Ever again.
He is, besides Jared Hayne, no one had more articles written about him with less production.
I mean, Jalen Hurd this, Jalen Hurd that, H-back this, H-back that. I was sold. I thought he could be a player. Nope, turned out he was damaged goods. So roster allocation, roster construction, and this is where I'm at now when we talk about Debo playing running back. I'm like, well, if he plays running back, I've got one wide receiver I can count on.
I know.
How's that happen?
I know. Well,
the lack of playmakers on this team is alarming and something we all overlook.
I'm with you.
It's almost like this offense needs to be revamped next offseason.
Well, and I think as we're talking about misappropriating funds, I don't expect you to bat 1,000. No one is. But, some of these you could see a mile away. Armstead was very suspect for 4 or 5 years.
And he balls out in the contract year and you pay him out.
Switching positions. Right. And then we all kind of see, mobile quarterbacks and him on the edge, not necessarily the greatest fit.
Remember the talking point, too, was, oh, man, DeForest Buckner, he can't adjust to the wide 9 defense.
He had 11 sacks that year.
Yeah, I know, but the wide 9. And isn't it funny that 3 years later, they're not really running the wide 9?
No, they've switched.
You know what I'm saying?
I know, they switched. They've
so
evolved.
Now you give up Buckner, who's still one of the best defensive tackles in football and is having a big impact with the Colts. And you got Kinlaw, and I knew what was going to happen. As soon as they drafted Kinlaw, I was like, oh, no. Everybody's going to expect him to be Buckner. And I like Kinlaw. I like the pick.
You did.
I like the pick.
The night we did that show with you, me, and Covey,
if he's on the field,
I was so sad.
If he's on the field, he produces. But he's not on the field much.
Well, that's a problem. And then I just look at how often they rotate the inside of those defensive linemen. Right. And I'm saying to myself, look, when you take a first-round pick, that's a jewel. And if you're going to take a first-round pick and you're going to swing on a wide receiver, you could miss. Jalen Reagor was a first-round pick. He's a miss.
And they pivoted already.
But they've already pivoted and they moved him and they traded him and got rid of him.
And they got A.J. Brown.
So the two things that I look at with the Niners, so many times they don't even have the right position for the guy. Kittle is basically a glorified right tackle, too many weeks out of the season for me, just for my liking. Well, I love Debo. They're paying him wide receiver money. He's playing a lot of running back right now.
Here's my problem.
You got Eric Armstead. You paid him and money, but he's really a D tackle.
But not only that, Shasky, is they take these players, they invest in them, they draft them, and then they hold on to them.
Well, too
hoping
long.
to get something out of them. Yeah, they hoping to either get something out of them or a trade or a draft pick back, which is why we're stuck here with Jimmy, because you're waiting on picks to get back, and it's like, just move on.
I know.
Just move on.
I mean, how many years in a row did they do the Jaquaski Tartt? And finally, they got Hufanga. I thought they were going to bring him back. I'm glad they kind of didn't, because it's given us an opportunity to see Hufanga play.
Think about what Damon said last year. A lot of people chuckled when he said, I'd rather lose with Trey than win with Jimmy. And I understood where he was coming from. It's so boring watching Jimmy Garoppolo play quarterback, and you know what you're going to get. Where with Trey Lance, it's the wild card, right? It's had us all excited. You may get the 80-yard bomb. You may get a pick. You may get a 15-yard run up the middle with a quarterback power, you may get him getting stuffed and breaking his ankle. That's basically what happened. But the Jimmy thing, it's like we know what to expect with the offense. We know what we're going to see with the offense. And we have another year of that. Another year of that. And the excitement from the quarterback position is gone.
Well, and think about how much money you spent on offense, right? Kittle was at one point a top-paid tight end.
Right.
Ayuk, you invested a first-round pick. Debo, you're giving $25 million a year. And because of the limitations of quarterback, for no matter who it is, you're not getting full value on the money and the draft capital you spent on some of these guys.
Yeah, I don't like it. Monday, we'll be breaking it down. Willard and Dibs will be down there Monday.
Mark's got a Lululemon bag.
Mark, damn, he's got big money.
Wow.
Damn,
he must have sold that famous foul ball.
Caught a foul ball.
Cashed in.
Well, we got to figure out what he did with that foul ball. We got to figure it out. That's coming up after the flex.